I hope we are live. Let me check. Allow me to check real quick, guys. Oh, is my screen glitching like that? I'm like, what's that glitch? Oh, we are live. Yo, it looks clean. Sounds nice too. Guys, so what up? Let me do the intro. I gotta do the intro on here too because if I'm gonna post this on public platforms, I gotta be safe. Alright, listen. The thoughts and opinions expressed on the StayDownLA Podcast belong to me, K-Stacks to P, and maybe whoever else got the nerve to pull up. This ain't for the overly sensitive, overly serious, or anybody looking to be offended on purpose. If you mad, you might want to log off now. For everybody else, welcome to the StayDownLA Podcast. Let's talk our shit. Now, I'm going to see if I can set up my mic somewhere else, because this is not going to work for me. I don't want to have to keep holding this in my hand. Well, it's not that I can't hold this, honestly. I just need to give this a stand. I just need somewhere where it could be. Or I could just say fuck it, right? Stop being a little punk. And then just keep it right here and talk with my grown man voice. Let me see how it sounds. Let me just make sure. Gotta make sure it sounds good. Can you guys hear me? The end catches me pretty good. I hope it sounds. I hope it translates really nicely, because I'm keeping my mic right there. It looks like everything's gonna be good. But yes, so this is gonna be definitely different than what you guys are used to when it comes to just my streaming style or what I do, because normally I stream video games, or I might even record myself doing some music live. But if you guys, for those that don't know, because I want to make sure I get myself pretty good. For those that don't know, I have a podcast that I drop every Friday, and I post it on Spotify, and I'm pretty proud of it. You know what I'm saying? We're growing slowly but surely, one episode at a time, 1 week at a time. You know what I'm saying? We just hit the 6-month mark last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we hit 6 months. So I was thinking to myself, I said, what can I do now to, like, in a sense, like, not necessarily expand the podcast, but I'm like, I've been noticing a lot of people be doing their podcasts and they record it, and I was always nervous about, like, recording my shit, because I was like, dang, I record my stuff at home. But I said, fuck it today. I said, fuck it, let's do it. So as you guys can see, I got the setup right here. I got the dogs, you know what I'm saying? Because what I noticed that a lot of people do when they do their podcast, they have to, like, they show their personality and stuff. So I've already been recording right here, so we're gonna just match it. So audibly, it's going to sound a little awkward because I'm just jumping back to what I'm just talking about on there, and you guys are kind of just going to see part of that conversation. And then yeah, it's gonna be really dope. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm gonna do any sound effects or stuff like that, but we'll see as the thing goes. And because now I'm on a computer, I can kind of show stuff, but I don't know if that's doing too much, because at the end of the day, I don't want to. YouTube is pretty sensitive with the copyright stuff, and everybody's just really sensitive with the copyright stuff. So I'm gonna just be careful. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see. This is a test. This is the first episode I'm doing live and recording and everything. So let me get my chains on, because it's inappropriate for me to come to y'all like that. Can't believe I'm coming naked like that. But yes, because I was thinking to myself, I said, dang, if I do this thing live, I can't edit it. Like, I gotta just show you guys how I do this stuff. But it's like, I actually can edit it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's not like I'm gonna do anything weird. It's not like a nigga finna do something crazy on the camera. But yeah, so if anybody clips this and stuff, you know what I'm saying, just tag me. You feel me? I give permission to clip my stuff, my content. I just would just like to be tagged. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't tag me, it's all good. Like, if somebody was to be like, they made a whole page and they was making money off my shit, as long as niggas still watch my shit, I wouldn't mind. It's just, I'ma just be hurt If not gonna lie, the niggas go to your stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm the creator. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make everything. So let me start the thing back up here. So yes, guys, it is official. It's gonna sound a little weird. To the people that's listening, but the people that's on camera, you guys gonna just see it. But right now, you know, I stopped being a little punk. I stopped talking about it and I did something about it. And even though I've only had this thought, sorry, my chains is getting tangled. Now I could say something and you guys could see what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because before it was just like audioly, I would be like, oh yeah, it's like this, and I'll be doing like something, but I couldn't show you guys what that something is that I was doing. But now I can show you guys that's something that I'm doing. So right now the chain's getting tangled. You feel me? This is crazy, bro. I feel like all my episodes is gonna be way more cooler now that I can show you guys stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Hey, this podcast was always about showing you guys to make the most of what you have. Do what you can with what you have. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally what the whole point of this podcast was. That I kept complaining. I kept sitting around saying, oh, yeah, I want to do a podcast, but I don't got a studio. I want to do a podcast, but I don't got this. Like, I want to record music, but I don't got this. But look at that. I freaking just got on freaking Streamlabs. I'm live on Twitch. I'm recording the podcast under just chatting. Sorry, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Little details. It's all about the details. Let's get into the details, right? Am I right? Yeah. As you guys can see, that boy came crispy. Crispy to the gods. Sorry, let me get my chair up. Am I the only one that doesn't like sitting super low? I don't like when my chairs are super low. I like my chairs at a decent height. But yeah, as you guys can see, we got it set up now. Now we're about to continue the podcast. And where I left off, I was just talking about how I went to go see the movie Primate. And yeah, so I went to go see the movie Primate. I went to AMC, and usually before I go to see a movie, I always sneak some food in. So I went to get some Dave's Hot Chicken, and I remember seeing on TikTok they had a Fallout collaboration. So I was like really looking forward. I really went for just that, if I'm being honest. Like, normally I get my rotation is pretty consistent. I get Chick-fil-A, 2 spicy chicken sandwiches, one with either American cheese, Colby Jack, or pepper jack cheese, no pickles, and that's it. Because the spicy chicken sandwiches don't come with much. So just a spicy chicken sandwich, Chick-fil-A sandwich, because the filet is spicy. Cheese on it, it'll either be American cheese, Colby cheese, or pepper jack cheese. Get that. I'll get that as a meal with French fries and a fruit punch high C drink. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You following me? And then I'll get another spicy chicken sandwich and I'll put that on the side. And then I'll get that with the order. And that's the food right there. And then I do the sauce. I do 3 Chick-fil-A sauces. Hear me out. 1 Chick-fil-A sauce for the French fries. 1 Chick-fil-A sauce for one of the chicken sandwiches. And another Chick-fil-A sauce for the other chicken sandwich. Then I'll do, I want to say 3 ranches, if I'm not mistaken. It's either 3 ranches or 3 buffaloes. But if it's 3 buffaloes, then I'll do 2 ranches. If it's 3 ranches, then I'll do 2 buffaloes. And then I'll get 2 honey roasted barbecue and 2 taco Pete's of that. So I'm pretty sauced up. I'm a saucy guy. I can't even lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I know what I go for and I get what I go for. So that's my Chick-fil-A normal order. And then my normal Cane's order, which it is now. It used to be, it kind of fluctuates, 6, 7. Depends on the day that I'm going or what I'm feeling. There's some days where I'll go to Cane's and I might get the chicken sandwich, but it's really the same thing if you really think about it. It's just the 3-piece with sandwich bread and lettuce if you really think about it, but no bread on the side. So I'll get that. I'll get the chicken sandwich and I'll add a toast on the side and I'll add a sauce on the side. That's the only thing that sucks. Like, the chicken sandwich always ends up becoming the same price, or if not more, than the regular 3-piece tender combo, because I don't have to, but because I add the toast to it and I add the extra cane sauce. So those are normally my two normal chicken style orders, because I'm very picky. Like, I went to Dave's Hot Chicken one time and it didn't hit, so I just kind of like stopped going there as often. So I kind of like took that off my list. But in that area, there is a Dave's Hot Chicken, so I thought, what other reason to go than to like check out this Fallout collaboration. Even though, full transparency, I haven't really watched the Fallout TV show on Amazon Prime. Maybe I should give it a try now that I'm thinking about it, because I've been trying to figure out some new shows to watch. Some of my favorite shows, they kind of like taking a break right now, or they're getting back to dropping. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jujutsu Kaisen. We're going to get into that a little bit today. But yeah, so I went to Dave's Hot Chicken. I love this. I'm sorry. If you guys can't tell, I'm really excited. This is, I love to talk. You know what I'm saying? And I realized maybe this is really what I was missing. I just needed to see myself and like be able to kind of like really talk to myself, because now I feel like I'm really having a conversation. Now I really feel like I'm able to discuss my ideas, and I'm not really like, it's easier for me to find my train of thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes when I'm just talking to the voice memo thing, I feel like sometimes I get off track and it's hard for me to get back onto it. But for some reason, looking at myself, it got me kind of like really focused, and I'm able to like keep my ideas really solid. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, went to Dave's Hot Chicken, and then yes, this is because for some of you guys, this might be your first time even seeing the podcast or seeing the style. I talk about a lot of things, a plethora of things. I honestly if you just want to make it easier, go check out episode 1 of the StayDownLA Podcast on Spotify. But just to like kind of like, because now we're taking it visually, because now that I'm doing like this, I low-key can't go back. It's kind of like when niggas want to get pussy. Once you reach a new level of sexual enjoyment, you can't go back to the other thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't be, it's not going to hit the same. And that was, but I just had to keep it being. Once I put the camera out there now, once I'm putting myself out there, I got to keep putting myself out there. I'm going to be scared now? I was never scared to begin with. Sorry, stop playing with me. But this podcast, we talk about plethora of things, movies, my life, mostly. I ain't gonna lie. We talk about my life a lot. Media, what's going on TV, what's going on social media, politics, you know what I'm saying? Like Nigerian things, because I am Nigerian. And then shit that's going on in LA that, respectfully, that I could talk about. Because if you know, you know. I'm really from out here, so I gotta be careful, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fresh young nigga. I'm iced out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't popping if you don't got no haters. So I just gotta assume that I already got them. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's just how I'm coming. So that's really what this podcast is about. So there's a lot of times where I just kind of like just dive into different topics. I might just go on a random tangent. So hey, it all makes sense in the grand scheme of everything. I'm trying to do it to where my hand won't go out the camera. But it all makes sense when it all needs to make sense. You feel me? Like that boy looking buff. You feel me? So I go to Dave's Hot Chicken. It was really busy. Surprisingly. I mean, maybe not surprisingly, but in the sense of like, I know I'm going there to get the collaboration. I don't think anybody else in there was there to collaboration. So it wasn't busy on no shit like that. Hold on. Maybe when, I don't know what happens, y'all, but ever since I've been working out, it's like, well, it's not since I've been working out. I think when I just do certain things that require my head to be in a certain way, I just get kind of stiff, so I'll have to crack it sometimes. But it was busy, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I wonder if everybody's here for this Fallout collaboration. I think I'm the only one that even asked about it or knew about it, because I didn't see nobody else leave with the box. But I did a big back order. I got the number 4, Dave's number 4, which is 1 slider, French fries, and by itself. Yeah, they don't come with a drink. Yeah, Drake, I gotta do something about that, because I think Drake is like partnering with Dave's Hot Chicken and stuff. Why is that not like a regular option? Like, it's a meal. You're gonna give me a spicy ass chicken bread, and it's good. Don't get me wrong. It was really good this particular night too. I'll keep it a bean. But you gonna give me all that and no drink? I gotta pay another $4 for a drink. It's bad enough I gotta pay 70 cents for some cheese. Like, I don't know. Maybe a lot of Americans don't like cheese like that. I thought, honestly, between me and y'all, I really thought cheeseburgers was the national thing, like, of America. It turns out hamburgers are. Who just eats a regular hamburger? Like, unless you're lactose intolerant, respectfully, I don't get why you would not be eating cheese with your burger, but I digress. So, I'm over here in line, and I don't know if it's just me, but as a nigga, sometimes I could just tell. I don't know. Sometimes I could just tell vibes, you know. I just say it like that. So, is this couple in front of me and stuff, and like, me personally, maybe it's because I know the type of nigga I am, I don't try to come off overly aggressive in public. I don't like to come off like I know what I'm capable of, so I just have that confidence of knowing that if it traverses to another level, I'm prepared for that, but I'm not going to be the one to initiate it to that next level anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be so chill anyway, that is not even going to be like, that shouldn't even be a thought in my mind. And I'm going to be just so like, I'm going to be the bigger person before we even get there type stuff. So, I'm in line. It's like this couple's next to me. And the way Dave's Hot Chicken, this location is anyway, the line is already kind of disoriented. Whatever. So, I gave them grace. So, I guess the couple, they're trying to figure out what they want to eat. And then the girl goes ahead. And then she's ordering, right? And then the boyfriend, he's like standing in line. And then he tells me, he's like, oh, I'm not in line, like, type shit. But in my head, I'm confused because, and like I said, I'm gonna say how I just processed it. I'm just like, brother, even if you're not in line, your girl or the person you're with, let me not assume that that's his girl. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, let me not assume that's his girl. The person you're with is ordering. I can just, like, respectfully, I wouldn't want to be right behind that person, especially as a woman. Like, just because I'm thinking this is your nigga, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to be right behind her anyway. Why you right here? Because I don't want you thinking I'm checking your shorty out. So I'm like, nah, fool, are you good? You know what I'm saying? I could wait my turn. But that's just like a little sidebar that I just noticed in there. So they order and then they go to the side. I mean, sorry, they don't, not to say like that, but they don't really matter to the story. I get to the register. Cool gentleman took my order. He was really cool. I ain't gonna lie. And that's the only reason that I be tipping. If the person at the register is really cool, I might tip. Or if I know I want to get some free shit, I kind of, in a sense, like, it's kind of like, I don't know what it is. I don't know where I see this video, right? I heard, right, this guy, he says, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do what he does, but I get the sentiment, right? He said he goes to hotels and, like, he'll give all the employees, or like he'll give niggas, like, he'll tip them before he even does shit. Like, he'll give everybody like $100, and then basically, in a sense, like, to get their morale high, so when he asks for other shit later on, they'll be more willing to do it, because it's like, this nigga already done started off giving me $100. Who should say he might not give me more money? You know what I'm saying? Which is really smart. So I kind of do that on a lower scale, but it's still a big scale, because, you know, you gotta watch power of the tongue. I do it on my scale, and I go to, whenever I go to these restaurants, for example, if I want like extra ranch, if I go any place that I feel like I might order or ask for extra stuff on the side, when it comes to the payment plan, when it comes to the payment screen, it'll be like, okay, the order is like $20, and then they'll have all the options that they have for tips. I always go to custom, and I do $1. I'm sorry, respectfully. I don't see why I would be tipping you guys more than $1. Especially if it's on some shit where it's not a restaurant. I'm not sitting down and eating. I'm getting my food to go. So I only do tip $1. Sue me, you know what I'm saying? So I'll tip the $1, and then usually I'll tip the dollar. Not on some shit like, oh, I'll make sure the nigga see it, but like I'll tip the dollar, and then if I forget something or I want something, I feel like because I tipped, they're usually more inclined to want to give me stuff. So I order the Dave's number 4. I get that. It comes with coleslaw. It's so funny because I never used to like coleslaw, but Dave's hot chicken, they have like what is it called? Kale slaw. So it's not coleslaw, it's kale slaw. So they have a kale slaw, and it's not too ranchy. Like, it's not like I guess you could say my earliest memory of coleslaw is KFC when I first came to America, or like I said, when I can remember it, it's KFC. So when we used to eat KFC when I was younger, they will get the KFC with the coleslaw, and I did not fuck with it. That shit was like, it was all white and all that stuff. I don't know. I'm picky, so I didn't really fuck with it. So I was like, okay, cool. I ate a Dave's hot chicken one time with the coleslaw and the cheese, and it was fire. It was fire. So since then, I've been fucking with the Dave's hot chicken with the coleslaw, with the kale slaw. So after I did that, I told them. So the way that they had the Fallout order is as follows. I guess it could come with, and it kind of was confusing because on the thing, it made it seem like you just order the chicken nuggets and it'll come with it, but I tried to order the chicken nuggets by itself, and I think I accidentally ordered a chicken nugget meal on the side because my first order already came with fries, but the second order also came with fries and chicken nuggets, and I don't remember how many it was. I thought it was like 8. I feel like they gave me like 10 to 12. I ain't gonna lie, because I was in that theater munching. So I take my order. It's like 25 something because, like I said, like, let's say $13 for the first order, $12 for the second order. So, you know, like $25, you know what I'm saying? So I give the tip, I pause, I tip them the $1, and then the guy was like, you know what? Here's some water. Like, here's a water cup. He was like, you want a water cup? And that's how I knew. I said, yeah, I did something good here, because not like that. They didn't give no other people. They didn't offer nobody else no cup of water. So I'm like, shit, I'm getting that VIP treatment. Dead homies. So I get the water cup. Didn't get no water, of course. I got me some fruit punch soda, whatever fruit punch soda they had, or some lemonade. So I wait, get my order, have my Ray-Ban Meta glasses on. It's so funny because even though with them I could record any and everywhere, I really do not be recording any and everywhere, because for me, like I said, I'm willing to take it there with somebody. So I don't need somebody thinking that I'm one of those weirdos that's just trying to get public reactions to just record, you know, public, because I feel like even though as the law states you shouldn't have a right to expect privacy in public, I try my best not to just come around with just the flashing, you know what I'm saying? So it was really busy in there, so even though I wanted to record, you know, the whole experience, I didn't want everybody like peeping the cameras and stuff. There's certain times where I do want people to like peep the camera, where I'm like, I low-key want to flex on niggas. It's usually places, I ain't gonna lie, I usually, like, the main reason, I guess you could say, or not the main reason, but one of the many reasons that I for sure be like turning on the camera in like a random spot, or like just randomly, is where I feel like I'm in an area, a predominantly white area or area of affluence, and I feel like the people are looking at me like, oh, what's this nigga doing here type shit. So then I try to shut them niggas up, because nigga, you better stop hating on me, nigga. I'm over here with some fucking glasses that can record, nigga. I don't even gotta talk to you. I can just talk to my glasses, nigga. So stop playing with me. I belong here, nigga. That's how I feel. So I click that shit on, turn it on a little bit, have them be like, ooh, shut their ass up, turn that shit right off, keep walking. You know what I'm saying? It's all psychological. Everything is a psychological game. So I'm waiting to the side. I'm taking pictures of my receipt and everything like that. Like I said, without saying too much of the area that I'm at, to my knowledge, it's not too hood, you know what I'm saying, of an area. It's Dave's Hot Chicken on top of that. Like, the demographic in there that night was pretty interesting. And I'm like, usually, y'all know me, when I go in public, if it's somewhere I know, like, I'm straight at, I do be having my chains out. But if somewhere I feel like, of course, I'm doing too much, I put my chains away. I ain't scared, but I don't want to make myself a target. I've already been attempted before, so I don't even like to play that shit. So I in there, like I said, got my jewelry on. I don't really feel no pressure, no animosity. But I'm just noticing niggas is walking in like aggressive. I'm like, what's going on? Granted, it was two separate parties, but like I said, the vibe that the boyfriend gave me was giving like, yeah, nigga, like you would have thought we was in Louisiana or something. I'm like, nigga, this is Days Hot Chicken. Like, why is niggas coming in here like hooded up, like attitude? Like, bro, you come in a place with a freaking rubber chicken on the fucking thing. Like, chill out, fool. Relax. So I'm over there. I'm just in there. Like I said, I don't care. None of that shit faze me. None of that shit bother me because I look at it like you're overcompensating. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep it a bean. So none of that shit be bothering me. So niggas is walking in there not saying excuse me and shit. I'm just like, whatever. I get my order, get my food. It's really dope. They have two different ranches. They have like a regular ranch and then they have like a Reaper Ranch. Reaper Ranch fire. End up walking out, but when I get to the car, this is why it's so funny because I'm never gonna ever forget, bro. Shout out to that one episode of my like everything. I'm telling you, everything I'm usually talking about, you can kind of reference it. I'm like Family Guy in real life, you know. Like this is like that one time in this. It's like that one scene. Yeah, that's the type of nigga I am. So you could reference my conversation of this in the sense of like there was one time where I went to where did I go? Cause I have good memory. Where did I go though? I went to get some birria tacos. Recipe some ups. Hold on, y'all. Got it. Represent my nigga. Cool. I went to get some birria tacos, right? And I forgot to double check my order like I always do. But it's only because the place I went to is very consistent. So I didn't think I would even have to double check my order. So I left, and then they ended up getting my order wrong. And on top of getting my order wrong, I lost my Labubu. And it's so funny because ever since then, like, it's so crazy because had I double checked, I would have found him. I would have got him. So this is not the original one. The first one I ever got was Pink. My nigga Rudo. Rest in peace, my nigga Rudo. This one that I got right here, this is a gray one. And it's funny because that's how you know God is so amazing. God is so great in my life. Also want to give a big shout out to Allah because now that we're doing the in-person podcast, I can't forget to do my section of gratitude. But yeah, it's so funny because God is so amazing because I got a super freaking limited edition version like the second time around. So it kind of worked out in my favor, but it also taught me that I need to make sure when I'm out and about, I double check. If anything, triple check my orders, my items, and just overall everything before I leave these places. Because had I did that, I would have never, you know what I'm saying, lost my nigga Rudo. But then, if I didn't do that though, I would never get Rudo Part 2. And would have never got this limited edition one, which, in my opinion, works out more in my favor as... I'm so sorry, Naruto. As I am, you know, heterosexual. So, a gray Labubu does match me. And my favorite color is black anyway, so this is more appropriate, you feel me? So, pink one was just kind of like an irony thing. Was like, yeah, like, you know, real man wear pink. So, I didn't mind it. And I really don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like I said, I'm comfortable and confident in my sexuality, you feel me? So, I was never really worried about it in that aspect. But I was like, you know what? Yeah, like, I should definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Rock it like a man would rock it and shit. Sorry, I had a, you guys, because now that I'm on camera, I'm knowing, you know, so many tangents. I'm knowing that now my thought process could be getting caught. So I just thought about something and I imagined doing something because I'm looking at the time. And then overall, when I say I'm in a good ass mood now, I'm in a good ass mood now. Dead homies, like, this is just make my day. So I just thought about doing something later today, and I'm like, I think I should do that. Now that I'm in such a good mood, fuck it, why not? Because whatever I want to do, I'm the master of that, as I can see with this. So yes, so after getting my Dave's Hot Chicken, you feel me? End up opening my order, and then it was a, dang, that actually kind of sucks. It's a sticker. It's a fucking sticker. It's pretty cheap, but it's a stamp pack that comes with the order. So what you do is you get the ranch, right? You get the ranch that comes with the chicken nugget order. You stab it into it. You pull it up. You pull it up. You pull it up. You pull it up. You feel me? And then you know, you push it onto the chicken nugget. Yeah, it's cute. You feel me? Like, as y'all can see by the table, I'm a collector, so it's cool to go with the collection. You know, it's so funny. I really didn't realize how much of a collector I was. It was really just one day. I just like was just looking at my room. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause sometimes, well, a lot of my room and stuff just kind of just happens. Like, a lot of stuff I collect is just over the years I just collected them. You know, it's never like I really went in there was like, I want to buy this for the room. It's gonna, no, a lot of shit is just memorabilia that because I love the memory so much, I decided to keep it. So when shit like this happens, you know, there's shit like this is like, it's like I'm 50-50. Like, I'm thirsty to go get it, but at the same time, it's like, nah. But like, if it's shit like this, I don't mind. Like, it's cute, you know, it's cool. Like, something from Fallout, you know. Like, I like shit that, like, if you know, you know what I'm saying? And that, like, I could be able to say that, like, yeah, bro, like, I got this, bro. Like, yeah, you had to be there, bro. There was only a limited edition. Like, I'm one of those guys. I like to get the limited edition shit. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Yes. It's just something about being exclusive, you know what I'm saying? That's why I kind of understand designer clothes. I get it. But I personally I'm just $1,000 for clothes. And I know I've done it before, but it's like, come on, fool. Even I look at myself like, damn, nigga. Are you really getting a bang for your buck, fool? Are you really getting a bang for your buck? Because you just spend a lot of money on that stuff. And it's like, if you're not putting your money back to good use, it's a waste. You feel me? So I don't like to waste my money. And I feel like sometimes, buying shit in general is just a waste of money. But it's just certain designer clothes, I just feel like I wish they would put in more effort, I guess. Or just give me more reason to why I should pay $1,000 for this. Like, I love Balenciaga. And maybe I just, like I said, I'm a hype beast. I just like Balenciaga because I just see a lot of my homies wearing it and shit. But I just be like, dang, bro. Even Prada, like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'll keep it a bean. Steve Madden, I guess. Bootleg shoes. They be copying shoes. Fool, I was finna buy them. They had some freaking, some Steve Madden Pradas on there, some Steve Madden Bottegas, Venetas. I was finna get them. But then I just thought to myself, like, you know, I always think deep. I was like, well, if you can't get the real one, you probably shouldn't get the fake one. Like, for me, there's levels. Like, I'm okay with getting clothes that are copying other clothes. But if it's on some shit where it's like, nigga, you just getting it because it's really expensive, it's like, man, you probably just shouldn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Just because I know I would clown somebody else. Like, nigga, man, if you can't laugh at yourself, I feel like you shouldn't laugh at nobody. Me, I laugh at myself because I know I'm funny and I do funny shit. So I feel like I know I would clown me if I seen me doing that. So I'm like, I chill out. But I wouldn't roast somebody first, for example. Like, somebody was really on some shit where it's like, nigga, I'm just trying to save my money, so that's why I'm buying this. I wouldn't make fun of them. But me and knowing the people that I be around, I'm like, I'd probably like drop a joke here and there, like, nigga couldn't afford the real thing, you had to get the fake ones, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not fake, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, you had to get the alternative. So I know the jokes that I could come up with, so it was like, nah. But yeah, so like I said, I'm still going, cause I want to make clothes, I'm going to make clothes. And like I said, my shit gonna be exclusive, but my shit not gonna be that expensive, bro. It's gonna be affordable. Like, you'll be able to get a top and a bottom, cause $59.99, $49. Yeah, you'll be able to get a top and a bottom from the K-Size brand for less than $120. Cause you know you gotta incorporate shipping and stuff like that. So shipping gonna be like $5 on a regular, and then the jackets will probably be probably the most expensive jacket on my website will probably be $79.99, ranging from $49.99 to $79.99, and then all the bottoms, the most I probably do is $59.99 for a bottom, and that would probably be like a 2-piece set of a top and a bottom jacket. Top and a bottom jacket, top jacket, bottom, pants, sweats type thing, because I'm just all about comfortability. As you guys can see me, I'm a cozy guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was thinking about it too because I was saying it on the audio version of the podcast. Like, now that I'm gonna start doing it visually, I look, you gotta start putting that shit on. But I'm one of those guys that I feel like if you got enough accessories, it makes up for it, right? Or am I wrong? Like, let me know. Let me know what y'all think. If you have enough accessories, does it not make up for the lack of, I guess, money on the clothes? But then again, that's where I feel like it's all a psyop, because who really decides how expensive your outfit should be? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've really been torn, because that's why I tell myself now, like, if I do to buy anything in the designer, I really gotta generally fuck with the brand. Like, I generally fuck with Billionaire Boys Ice Cream. I generally fuck with Kasubi, and I generally fuck with Bape. But I'm kind of hurt because apparently I found out Bape might not be owned by Nigo, but I fuck with it still regardless. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll try my best to only rock with the brands that I really rock with, so that way, even if I do feel like I'm spending a lot of money, it feels like I'm feeling something that I feel like I have an identity with, that I fuck with, So, like I said, that was just a little my mindset or how I go when it comes to buying designer things, getting exclusive items, and of course, being a collector of sorts. So, as I do making it to the movie theater, I sneak all of my items into my tote bag. So, hold on, y'all. So even though I know I'll be saying, AMC get at me, please don't be mad at me because I be taking food in there, y'all. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, a nigga gotta eat. Y'all food is too expensive. It's too expensive. But I am an AMC Stubs member, so it's not like a nigga on some shit where it's like, a nigga just super cheap. I'm just like, I'm not finna be paying $30 for me. Now imagine I bring a date. $60 for just the food, for popcorn. I'm cool on that. So I always get myself nice little food on the side. So if anything, I guess that would probably be like my disclaimer, my saving grace. Disclaimer, I am not recommending that people should do this. I am not recommending that people should do this. I do not suggest that you sneak food into your neighborhood movie theaters. What you do with your movie theaters is up to you. I am just explaining what I do with my movie theaters. You know what I'm saying? So AMC, y'all can still get at your boy. So now that that's out the way, yeah, so I get my food, put my food in my tote bag. I walk in there, you know what I'm saying? Show them my thing. And then they're like, okay, cool. It was so funny too, because I'm like, I know, my homegirl be like, when I drive around, because I talk a lot of like the traffic. Like if somebody's doing something crazy in traffic, I don't like mention it and shit. She's like, you need to be like traffic control. I don't know, maybe I do, because I just notice stuff. So I just be just speaking on what I notice. And maybe it's because I am in a, let's just say like this, the position that I work at work is of responsibility. So my vision in life, I just see things from a responsible lens now, Hold on, y'all. I gotta blow my nose. This is so freaking crazy. This is so crazy only because now I feel like, whereas, well, I mean, I could pause it on I could pause it right here. So I'm gonna pause it on there, but I could just edit it out on the visual. Yeah, y'all, your boy has been fighting this cold, and I've been doing a good job, but it's been freaking fucking me up. I'm gonna talk. I'm not gonna record what I'm talking about. It's freaking cold. I try to save y'all ears from hearing me blow my nose, but I gotta do what I gotta do, y'all. Whew. That boy. Shout out to my doctor, man, that helped me with my surgery. That shit saved my life. Like, as bad as it sounds, this is way better than I feel like how I used to blow my nose. Like, feel like I'm actually in a position where I can actually get my nose clear and whatever's blocking it out of the way. This is just nasty across the board, though. I know. I'm so terrible, yo. I'm so terrible. Forgive me. But I'm walking up to the movie theater, walking up to the check-in, and the worker's on her phone. And I thought it was so funny because normally, you know, when they see a guest, they be quick to get out their shit. They be trying to, like, you know, act like it. But this girl's so funny. Damn. This girl's so funny. Her ass gonna finish sending the text message before she even interact with me. I said, oh yeah, you're funny. I said that person on your phone with, I don't know why I'm scared to make jokes. I said, that nigga on the phone, that nigga you on the phone with, for sure. You for sure fuck with that nigga. Because I always want to say something politically correct. I was going to be like, the person she's on the phone with must be really funny. But I'm like, this is StayDownLA Podcast, fool. If you sensitive, get the fuck up out of here, nigga. I can make a joke over here. I can make a joke and I can take a joke. Just don't say nothing about my family. That's where I draw the line. Keep that shit on to case sex and case sex only. Because I'm the only one presenting myself on here. You feel me? So yeah, I'm walking in. I'm like, okay. I'm like, yes, here's my thing. I show her my little scan, and she's over there still texting. And then she puts it away, and then she scans my stuff. And I know she's rushing because for the most part, I guess you could say me getting ID'd at AMC is like 50-50. But for the most part, they are pretty consistent with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially at certain times of the night. So I could tell that she was rushing because she just was like finished sending the text message she was sending, scanned my shit, and then just told me, oh yeah, theater this. And I was just like, oh yeah, you not even tripping. Like you on La La Land. You could care less about what I got going on. I love shit like that because at the end of the day, I don't like getting stopped. I don't like being pressed, especially when, like I said, I got this whole meal in my bag. I don't want you to smell it. You feel me? So the quicker we can make this interaction, the better for me. So I go upstairs. I always this I could recommend though. You know what I'm saying? This I recommend. Always bring a flask. Or a water bottle. I don't know. I just, like I said, any way you could save money at the movie theaters, I'ma always recommend it because why not? So me personally, I bring my hydro flask. You know what I'm saying? 42, however big it is. I bring my hydro flask. I always fill it with ice. If it's not already filled with ice, and I fill it with water. Excuse me. Then I'll get some tissue for the meal because, you know, a nigga gonna eat, so I gotta, you know, get to wipe myself off and stuff. And then after I get the tissue, I go use the restroom. I always try my best, even if I don't have to. I always recommend try your best to use the restroom before you watch the movie because you never know. Your bladder is very interesting. At least for me, my bladder is really interesting. My shit is the type to, like, it'll be a really pivotal point in the movie, and that's when I really gotta use the restroom. So I always try my best, and I always recommend use the restroom before you go into the movie theater. You know what I'm saying? Thank me later. So after now, we have now arrived at Primate. We're now in our seat. And it's always so funny because I do not play. I always go to these shit solo. So I always get a seat that's between two empty seats. So I try my best not to be right next to somebody and stuff like that because I be landscaping. So when I landscape, you know, I'm smelling like grass. And I know not everybody likes the smell of grass naturally, you know what I'm saying, especially in public places. If I know I don't like the smell of cigarettes, I can only imagine, like, and I hate cigarettes. So I'm like, I can only imagine somebody that hates grass, I can only imagine how they would feel smelling it. So I try my best to be, you know, cautious of that and, you know, aware of how other people might feel type stuff. So I sit in the middle of some nice seats. Make sure the coast is clear. Not saying that if a worker was to walk in, I'd be scared or anything like that, but I would hate for an employee to walk in as I'm pulling my food out my bag. Like, that's embarrassing. I don't care, But that's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want to say, however bold you want to be. Imagine one of the employees, and it's like a nigga that don't even trip, like a nonchalant nigga. And he come in and he's like, nigga, I'm on, you know, when they be like, shoot to kill on sight if you see this nigga type shit. Not nigga, but like, you know, those movies or those TV shows where they be like, oh, this guy is armed and dangerous. We got to get this guy. If you see him, you have permission to shoot on sight. Imagine a nonchalant AMC worker, right? And he's coming into the theater. The nigga don't give a fuck about nothing. But recently I had a meeting and was like, nigga, hey, if you ever see somebody having food and you see him taking it out, you got to kick him out. You got to get that nigga up out of there. Imagine that. Imagine niggas seeing me take it out and the nigga's like, nigga, I don't even care about this shit, but I have to. It's on sight. I'm seeing you do it in 4K. I gotta kick you out this movie theater. Like, imagine. That's where my brain be going. So I'm like, nah, I can't go out like that. So I always make sure the coast is clear. Look to my left, look to my right, take out my food. Wait, first, you know, meta glasses on, because I usually, I fuck with the meta glasses for this. I ain't gonna lie. Being able to go to the movie theaters, it allows me to not bootleg the movie. Nah, that's not what I was gonna say. But it allows me to record the part of, because I always like to record the title sequence. Like, I always like when movies be like, if my movie's called the StayDownLA Podcast, the StayDownLA Podcast. I always like to get that part of where when it starts and shit like that. I'm a collector, I guess. So I like the meta glasses because they make that part easier. So usually when I walk into the movie theater, I'm already recording it. So it's recording me opening the door, recording me go to my seat. You know, if I see a lot of people there, of course, I'll turn it off. When I get to my seat, I'll start recording it again as I take my food out. You know what I'm saying? Because I just like, I feel like that's kind of funny. I always like, especially when I post my TikTok videos, I always like that part where it's like, nigga, you brought a whole freaking buffet out the bag. I love those videos because it's like, I like seeing what it's like, nigga, what, because I know the stuff I sneak into movie theaters kind of be OD, but I know there's niggas. There's a couple of niggas that I seen on Instagram. Some of the shit that niggas snuck a whole pizza in there. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to make that happen. Okay, so he snuck a whole pizza in there. I'm just like, yeah, I know I don't be going that crazy, but I like just the comedic aspect of the fact that like this nigga's in the whole movie theater and brought his own food. So I was like recording that part, and I record the part where the movie starts. So the movie in particular that we're going to be talking about today is Primate. And Primate, let's see, because let me see. Because I did a review on it on my TikTok already. But I'm like, let me give you guys the synopsis before we go into it. So, the new Primate is a horror film about a killer chimpanzee unleashed during a tropical vacation. Released in theaters January 9, 2026 by Paramount Pictures, directed by Johannes Roberts. It's a bloody, intense slasher film featuring a chimpanzee named Ben who goes on a rampage after being bit by a rabid mongoose, quickly becoming a surprise box office hit for 2026, for early 2026. So yes, so what did I think? I didn't know it was gonna be rabies, so that was definitely interesting. But so y'all don't know, you guys don't know, but the audio people, they know. If you don't know, now you know. Oh, this is gonna be different too. This is gonna be so hard. The secret word of today is slasher. So, I usually, when I do my movie reviews, it's kind of a mixture of just breaking down each scene and then just overall just giving my thoughts. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. So it starts off and we're kind of, spoiler review, spoilers ahead. Spoiler. Don't say I didn't warn you. Spoiler. Don't say I didn't warn you. Henceforth, there's going to be spoilers about the movie Primate that came out in 2026. Okay, I don't want nobody saying that I need to tell y'all. So the movie starts off and we're seeing a doctor enter a cage and he's checking on the monkey Ben. And Ben, at this point, and it's so funny too, because even though this scene technically happens later on in the movie, it's still, how I want to say it, it's still like kind of like a good intro in a sense, because per se, like, look, so when he walks into the cage, like, you can already see Ben is going through it, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to give Ben a shot, because that's what it is. We don't know why he's there, but we know that he's a doctor. From what we see, he just seems like a nigga that checks on Ben. He enters the cage, and he's like, Ben, come here, Ben, come here. And Ben not fucking with him. Ben goes into his little hiding spot. When he goes into the hiding spot, the doctor's like, okay, well, shit, let me go up in there. He goes up in there. Ben grabs his ass and kills him. And then that's kind of like when the movie starts. So then the movie starts, and we're shown a group of teenagers that are on a plane. And then I need to start writing my notes for these movies again. I need to start writing these notes for these movies because I kind of do be all over the place. But it's because sometimes when you're watching a movie, to look at the movie and type everything that's going on, it's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. So sometimes I just try to like to immerse it, just remember what I remember. But for the most part, they go onto this plane and they're on their way to Hawaii. It looks like they're on summer break. And she's on the phone with her sister, I want to say. Pretty much saying that, like, or she's talking to somebody saying that, like, yeah, I'm going to need a ride. My dad's not going to be able to pick me up and stuff. So she's with her best friend, and her best friend fought her homegirl. And then they're on the plane, and then they see two random boys that also go to where they're going. So they end up getting off the plane, and they meet up with the best friend's brother, and the best friend's brother takes them all to the best friend's house. And we see that she has a really nice ass house. Nigga, they got money. And it turns out that her dad is a deaf writer. So he makes books, but he's deaf, and he's really popular at that. So they make a lot of money and stuff. And it's so funny because she's talking about oh yeah, I don't get to see my dad that much. I don't get to do this. But it's like, oh, I think the mother was like a doctor, a researcher, and the mother passed away due to cancer. So it's not like, so there was a mother in the future, and then the dad, you know, he's taking care of them and stuff. But pretty much what I was saying is, like, you talking about the dad not around, the dad gotta take care of y'all. Like, this nigga, and if you see the house, it's a really nice house. So it's like, clearly this nigga works hard and he's really successful at what he does. So, you know, success comes with sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So he's clearly sacrificing in that aspect, but it's always so funny. I always like this trope in movies, or I always find this trope funny, I guess, where it's like, or I guess now I notice it more, where a character would be like, man, my dad is such, I guess, like, just keep it like this, keep it simple. My dad is never around, and then the character subconsciously ends up becoming like the parent, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the dad wasn't around very much while they were a kid, so they ended up, like, not necessarily saying obsessing over, but they have a want to go to college. Like, they be trying to, like, leave for college. Like, niggas do not, like that's one thing I've noticed has been a common trope when they have, like, the kids that rebel against their parents. In reality, the kid is acting just like the parent. They just don't realize it. So I find that interesting. So it's funny because she's like, oh, dad is never around, and, like, she don't get to see him. But then the sister is kind of tripping on her because she's like, well, I don't get to see you either. And I always find that so ironic. Like, does that really happen? Like, do niggas really go to college and then just be like, fuck they siblings? Because I don't get that. My little brother in college, and that little nigga be missing us. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Sucks for y'all, I guess. You feel me? So she basically was also shit where it's like I said, awkward movie dialogue. You know, they started off really hot showing us Ben, you know, attacking the doctor, but then it gets slow as we're introduced to the characters. But it's kind of really no point in a sense, because it's just really just like kind of just showing us, just giving us a little peek into who everybody is for real, because these characters don't really end up mattering in the grand scheme of the movie. I wouldn't even say the sisters don't matter, but it's like just some of their decision making and some of the way that the movie played things out, you could just tell it was just like okay. So, and then that's the thing, I don't know if Ben is already bit at this point, because pretty much, right, we get introduced to Ben because the sister goes to go visit the younger sister, the one that just came back from school, and then she's on some shit where she's like not fucking with her at first, but then Eventually, siblings, she knows exactly what to do to get her to talk to her. She starts talking to her, and then we then hear Ben under the bed, and then immediately you could tell that Ben is not a CGI. You could tell there's somebody in that suit, and I thought that was dope because I'm like, I didn't want to see no awkward ass like fake monkey suit. Like, I'm glad it was like actual person in there to make it look a little more like lively. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, if I'm not mistaken, pretty much they just kind of like just started like just chilling and hanging out at the house. You know what I'm saying? The sister, it's so funny because the best friend's brother, and that's what I'm saying, I don't know if he had a crush on the sister, but we're led to believe that, at least from what the dad is kind of like doing, the dad is kind of like nudging the daughter on some shit. We're led to believe that the dad wants her and the boy to end up together. You know what I'm saying? Because the boy, the best friend's brother, is on shit where it's like, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. We get all this dialogue about how he has a girlfriend, how the girlfriend broke up with him, how he's single now, and like pretty much, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's summertime. I wouldn't want to call the girl easy or shit, but the nigga, the best friend, homegirl, starts getting on the best friend's brother, which to me, like I said, I guess maybe I'm just, I look at my siblings and I'm like, I have a sister, right? If they tried to get with me, right, I just think I would just take to my idea of that, like, it's gonna be an awkward, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna always have to like forever acknowledge that stuff. So the way that they was just so willingly just like throwing themselves at the brother, like the sister wasn't there, I just thought it was funny because I was like, y'all know, like, if anything happens, she gonna have to take the side of the brother and shit. So I hope you guys are ready, prepare for that. But that's just, like I said, my brain just thinking realistically and shit. And then, like I said, if I was the best friend, I would prefer my best friend to be like with my brother type shit. You know, I wouldn't want this random girl, but I ain't gonna lie, the brother was feeling the new girl and they were feeling each other because pretty much the main character, the older sister, she wasn't really, I want to say she wasn't fucking with the brother, but she wasn't showing no interest till the new girl started showing interest. And I thought that was so funny because it's like, well, when your dad, and that's why he's even more funny, right? Because, normally in situations like that, because I'll put him in, I'll take, and that's what it was. They were apparently going to sleep over at the best friend's house, where the deaf dad stays. And so the sisters and the dad, they was gonna have her best friend and her best friend's homegirl and the best friend's brother all stay at the house and sleep over. And I thought it was funny because I'm like, y'all know what's gonna happen if these niggas, like, this nigga here, you know what I'm saying, gonna try to get something. Come on, fool, you put it in my hand at that point. So in my head, I'm like, ooh, I'm thinking, right, when they introduce the dad gonna be like, y'all sleeping over with the boys? I ain't going for it. But that nigga was like, nah, I'm gonna be here to like keep him safe and shit. And the dad was like, yeah, he didn't seem no issue. The dad, like I said, he seemed like he like him. He like, I want you to date my daughter type shit. But the daughter, daughters. No, dad, I've known him for he's like a brother to me. All right, sis. Because now when the other shawty got on him, now she looking all shocked. Now she's all hurt or whatever. Then fast forward. Now the monkey is now the best friend's homegirl. She goes basically just exploring the house. You know what I'm saying? She goes to a pool area, and then we see Ben. And like I said, the shit is already fucking with my nigga. You can already tell by the way he's acting. Like, he's already kind of getting fucked with because she kind of like is introducing herself to him. And then he kind of like just snaps on her and stuff. And then this is when we're introduced to the little whistle, which you would think would be more powerful the way they acted like it was right here. But I guess it's not, because the dad just walks in and he's like, whistle, whistle, whistle. Ben stopped, and then the dad just kind of like catches, like, oh yeah, he's just like that with new people and shit. And she's like, oh, okay, like whatever, I guess. Whole time this nigga already got bit. Whole time this nigga's already tripping. So they basically, the dad was like, yeah, like, what's so funny though? Even though the dad like kind of like capped to her, he followed up on it very responsibly. Like, immediately after, Ben trips on the girl, he pretty much is like, okay, I'm gonna get Ben checked out because that's not his normal behavior. So that's when we kind of get the scene, or that's when we get the scene of Ben being put into the cage, and that's what ends up leading up to, because I guess, and then that's, honestly speaking, that's on the fault of the doctor. If you are a doctor and I want you to come and check on my pet, don't go through the back. Pause. Don't just walk to the backyard just because you know the place very well. Granted, you are the primary physician, primary veterinarian. You know, you're the one that my monkey, my dog, my cat always sees, and you know this area like the back of your hand, and we fuck with you, and you my dog and everything. So you feel comfortable. You wasn't out of bounds in that regard. But you shouldn't have just walked into the back, went straight to the monkey encampment or the monkey cage without tapping in with the peoples inside first. You don't even, because that's the thing. In a sense, that's kind of like, when you really think about it in the grand scheme of things, that's a big factor in why the outcomes kind of played out how they did. Had he went to the parents and went and actually tapped in and said, oh, hey y'all, I'm here, let me go check on this monkey, they probably could have given him a little heads up like, oh yeah, this nigga's kind of aggressive right now, this nigga was doing the most, so he probably would have went in there a little more prepared. He kind of went in there a little, yeah, it's just a normal routine checkup, but regardless, he was going to still give him some antibiotic shots, so, you know what I'm saying, and because of that, like, that's what's even funnier, right, because in a way, that could have been like a solution. They could have been on some shit where it's like, okay, we know that, like, had he introduced himself to them, he could have been on some shit where it's like, yeah, I got these shots of antibiotics. Like, they could have introduced, like, this right here, this is my case of antibiotics, you know what I'm saying, in case any animal is acting rabid or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use one of these on Ben, but I always keep a spare two on me in my bag. You never know type shit. And then they could have had him get killed by Ben, and then they could reference the fact that, wait, I mean, I guess maybe that's when they wanted to save Ben. I guess the goal was never going to be to save this little nigga, because they didn't really do any, like, even in the regard of, like, trying to kill him, I feel like they wasn't really trying their hardest, because pretty much, right, once he starts tweaking, I guess they realize, and that's what's so funny, right, the movie starts off saying that rabies is originally a fear of water. So pretty much what I'm saying is, they only went in the water because he couldn't swim, not because he had the rabies. So it's like, they really didn't know. Like, in my head, I'm just like, yeah, granted, I guess he doesn't swim, but I'm like, I guess what I'm saying is, did the monkey not go in the water because he's scared of the water? Because of the rabies? Or was it just a movie mechanic that just made sense at the time? Just because, like I said, they started the movie off by telling us what rabies is and how it originally was and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, they jump in the water and they're looking at him and they're like, they're trying to come up with a plan. And that's what I'm saying. It was just parts like this, like when they got lit and stuff like that. It was just scenes like this. I was just like, man, yeah, they just trying to drag this movie on because, yeah, pretty much, yeah, not like that. They're in the water. The boy, the only nigga in the group. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even realize how stupid of an idea it was at the time when he offered it. But the house is on the edge of a cliff, and the cliff goes to the water. So the pool was kind of going off into the water, and then the guy is like, I know what I should do. Because the monkey, the monkey ends up, Ben starts going around, and he comes to the front or the opposite side of them, because they're in the middle of the pool. So the pool is a rectangle. This is the front of the pool. This is the back of the pool. They're in the middle. Ben is in the front for now. Hold on, let me turn this phone on airplane mode, so that way it doesn't freaking fuck around and get a notification. So Ben is on the front. They're in the middle. He makes his way to the back. And then, because he's on the back, it's over the edge. It's over the cliff. And the guy is like, okay, good. I'm going to push him off, and he's gonna fall. And it was, like I said, at the time, I'm thinking, I was like, that's a pretty good idea. Like, that makes sense, easy. Kill this little, like, because immediately that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, all they gotta do is just push this nigga off the cliff. All they gotta do is push this nigga off the cliff. But then, the moment that he did it, it dawned on me. This is a freaking monkey. Chimpanzee. He could just climb up. So, I ain't gonna lie. He manages to push Ben off, but Ben, being the genius that he is, because they didn't do a good job at really like showcasing, in the sense, like, prior to all the anarchy, how smart Ben really was. But you could tell that, like, this is a really intelligent monkey, because he gets off of it, kind of like hangs off, kind of like gives the boy like a false sense of like, okay, cool, and then he grabs him and throws him over the edge, and that nigga falls head first into some rocks. And then we don't even, fuck a closure, we don't even see the nigga body for the rest of the movie. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was one of those movies where it's like, yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, killed his ass, threw him off. Yeah. So now, and then, it's so funny, during all of that, none of them decided, like, let's jump out the water. Like, not one of them was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to, like, man. Because from then on, pretty much, they're just trying to escape Ben, and Ben is just, like, in a sense, he's toying with him. Because I feel like, because there's a part where he climbs on, like, a light fixture and pulls one of the girl's head. Like, he pulls the best friend's homegirl's hair, and he, like, pulls scalp off. And it was just certain scenes where it's just like, you guys are showing this, but I'm like, what's the point of us showing this? Like, where's the follow-up? But, like, I guess the follow-up was that, like, he kills everybody. So, the best friend's homegirl, she manages to escape, in a sense. And, like, okay, so what happens is, too, and that, too, they haven't been holding back with, like, hurting kids. Like, so Ben hurt the little sister. So the little sister's the youngest one in the group, but she gets, like, a bite or, like, a scratch to the leg, to where, yeah, it has to be a bite, because that's one reason they'll be scared about rabies. But she gets a bite to the leg, and she's kind of, like, incapacitated for the rest of the movie, for real, or being honest. And they're, like, they have to take care of her, and, type shit. So that's what happens prior to the nigga dying and shit. So they're still in the water dealing with sis with the bloody leg and stuff. So the other girl basically finally, like, she sneaks out. First they had to get so there's a long ass scene of them having to get a freaking floaty. She sneaks, get the floaty, comes back in the water. Cool, whatever. I just had to mention that because there's the movie's pretty straightforward, but they do have a lot going on, in the sense of, like, they try their best to, like, give action or give some meat and potatoes to the movie. I respect it. You feel me? So then, after that, after all that, the homegirl tries to leave, pretty much. She grabs a pair of keys. Grabs the wrong pair of keys, y'all. The wrong pair of keys. And that's what I'm saying. This nigga Ben was just on some Michael Myers type shit, because he has the right pair of keys, because the person he killed earlier had a pair of keys with them. Which I honestly, because I kind of fell asleep during this movie, I'm not gonna lie. When movies get kind of, like, ridiculous, I kind of lose interest, and I try my best to still stay on it. But it just got to a point where I was just like, oh, okay, like, this, it's just gonna be a gore fest, you feel me? So, and then that's the thing too, I guess that's my fault for wanting people to survive. Like, I at least thought, you know what I'm saying, I at least thought the best friend was gonna live, fool. Like, he kills the homegirl, and, bro, he killed the nigga, then he kills the homegirl of the best friend, then he kills the best friend. Then, because earlier in the movie, they had did some, so this is how he gets the keys. So pretty much, earlier in the movie, when they were getting lit, you know what I'm saying, because there's a scene where the best friend throws up. We don't see them drinking too much, but we're just assuming that they're super fucked up. She throws up, she takes her to the room, but prior to her doing that, while the new girl, the best friend's homegirl, was trying to flirt with the best friend's brother, she kind of told her, like, oh, like, girl, she tried to call block her. She was like, girl, why don't you call the niggas that you met on the plane? And that girl, she's smart as fuck. She's like, well, fuck that. Why don't you call them? And she makes her call them with her phone. And then she pretty much doesn't get an answer, but she leaves a little raunchy voicemail, which from the direction the movie was going, it just seems so random. Like, it didn't seem like she had this side of her, but I guess, you know what I'm saying? She answers the phone, or she leaves a voicemail saying, hey, pull up to this address. We're all here, and want you guys to come and fuck the shit out of us. And if I'm a nigga, if I'm a nigga in LA, so my mindset's a little different. I wouldn't fall for that. But a nigga in Hawaii, I can see a nigga in Hawaii being on some shit where it's like, what? I'm finna for sure go pull up on this girl skirt. I'm for sure finna go smack that. So while they're dealing with while they're monkeying around downstairs, the two niggas from the plane pull up, and I ain't gonna lie, they was being rude. But I guess maybe that was the movie's way of like making us not feel bad for them dying, because essentially they come in, they kind of like, I don't want to say they trash the place, but they kind of are like, you know, just moving shit around, not really like having any care or respect for the property. And then, mind you, the whole time this is going on, the dad is at basically like a book signing, trying to get a new deal. You know what I'm saying? This shit. So he's at work pretty much. You know, so it's not like he's just doing some random shit, but he's at work and he's like, why is my daughter's not answering me? Mind you, he's deaf, so he's like, I feel like he's like, I have extra worry. You know what I'm saying? Type stuff. So pretty much, the boys come in, and yeah, Ben does what he does, and he breaks the jaw off of one of the other boys. Like, that's what I'm saying. It was just certain shit that was just like, oh, nigga, that's just unnecessary. Like, even just thinking about it, I was just like my skin wasn't crawling. You know when something's just gory, like, that's what I said in my review. I'm like, it's like Terrifier. Like, I thought the Terrifier was really like creepy or like really scary, but it's just uncomfortable to watch. This is like, okay, you're gonna really cut this person in half, and like we're gonna really see you take the time to cut this person in half, and it's like, well, I don't know, maybe I guess that is scary for certain people, but I guess maybe knowing that it's fake is like, it's like, okay, you know, like I said, it's just awkward to watch. It's like, yeah, okay, you know, like imagine, like all I could do is like, bro, imagine if that was a real person, bro, like that would be really fucked up. But I'm glad it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, yeah, that's the type of kills it was on. So all in all, because, you know, pretty much, like I said, the movie kind of lost me. The movie lost me when, I'm not gonna lie, the movie lost me when she did the voicemail shit. Just because I felt like it just seemed so unnecessary. Like I said, it was just like, okay, we need to give these boys a reason to pull up here, so we're gonna have her do this. Like, it was just one of those things where it's just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So I'm watching it like, okay, it's one of those. But with the overall just like theme of the movie and overall the way it went, I give that shit a 3 out of 5. I fucked with it. I'd watch it again for real. So I recommend it. Definitely go watch it. So that was my review of Primate and like me going into it. So like I said, so that was my Thursday, and then like I said, I seen that after work, which was really cool. I really did that. I was really proud of myself. So after that, I ended up it's low-key like a tradition now. I kind of got to get a sweet treat after the movies. You feel me? So I get out the movie theater. I'm heading home, and I stop at McDonald's, get me a McFlurry. Then I head on home. Then Friday comes, and on Friday, I want to say I woke up to work out. I know I did. Check my journal real quick. So then on Friday, yeah, I woke up at 7. I was originally going to work out with my my twin Donovan. Shout out to Donovan. But I ended up waking up a little late. You know what I'm saying? I ended up waking up a little late. Only because the movie, like I said, because the movie was at 9:30, it really was at 10 o'clock. And the movie was like an hour 30. So got out like around 12 pretty much. So pretty much for me to get a good night's sleep, I'm going to need at least 4 to 5 hours of sleep. So I got home already like 1:12 something. So I already knew it was going to be a struggle to wake up at 4 a.m. But eventually I woke up at 7, and it's so funny because my twin was awake when I first woke up, but I told him, I said, hey, I ain't going to lie, I need just 1 hour. I just need 1 more hour. How wrong I was. Because I ended up taking that 1 more hour, and it ended up being 2 hours, and because of that, he ended up going back to sleep. So after he going back to sleep, I woke up and I was getting ready for the run and stuff, and I was like, shit, well, I gotta go still do it. So I ended up doing the run myself. Started around 8:19, finished at 9:45. I did 6.7 miles at a 9.22 pace. Yeah, at this point, if you guys know anything about me when it comes to these runs, I used to try to, let me not say used to like this, like a nigga just, it's just been so far long ago. But right now, my goal is just to be consistent and build my endurance. Like, I really want to be able to run for long periods of time and feel comfortable the whole time. So that's really what I was on. So this run, I was chilling, I was really recording, I was like getting different angles, like, so pretty much I was fucking up my pace, but I wasn't tripping because I was like, I felt good and I did it, and I did 6 miles and stuff. So ended up finishing that, still had enough time before I had to go to work. So I went to get my bike fixed. I got my bike tire fixed, and then I got some landscaping materials, and then I got some water for the house because we needed some water. Well, I didn't get the water at the time, which I should have. That's what I'm saying. Always go with your first mind. Always go with your first mind. We ran out of water at the crib, but something told me I should go get it, but I decided not to because I was just being lazy, to be honest, and I was being cheap. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just get the water later. Or I was just hoping that someone else at the house would get the water. Let's just say, and it's funny too because I went to get my bike fixed, and while I was there, the guy there was like, oh, like, you know, we started chopping it up about bike rides, and I was letting him know, like, yeah, haven't rode my bike the last 2 weeks because it's been raining and everything. It's been raining really bad in LA the last 2 weeks, and the weather just hasn't been really preferable for any bike rides. So I told him, I said, I'm about to go ride my bike tomorrow because the weather is getting nice. It was a Friday. I was going to go ride my bike on Saturday because I was off that Saturday. Because I ended up working Thursday, I ended up getting Saturday off. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, bet. I'm finna just do that type shit. So I got there and he was like, oh, like, where you usually ride your bike at? And I was like, hey, I either ride to work or I ride it at the beach. And I was like, I would ride to work more if the road, like, pretty much my bike tire wasn't going to suffer every time I rode my bike on the street. I would ride my bike on the street way more. But he was like, yeah, it's like, dog probably cool, but why don't you go to Long Beach? And I was like, Long Beach? And he was like, yeah. Because I told him, I was like, every time I go to the beach, if I go consistently, right? Let's say, for example, I go to the beach 3 weeks in a row. You know, every Monday I go to the beach every Monday for 3 weeks in a row, and I see the same employee. It's funny because sometimes, like, they might mention how, like, if they've recognized me coming in and coming out, they might notice that, like, oh, because let's say, for example, parking is $9. It ranges between $9 to $13 for parking at the beach. I know. Because certain people that's not a lot, and to certain people that's like, damn, $9 for parking. I know. But, you know, for the workout, it's worth it. It's worth it. That's how I look at it. I'm gaining something too. You know what I'm saying? And my car is safe, type shit. So it'll be either $9 or $13. It's regardless of the price. I'll pay it, park my car, ride my bike, and let's say, for example, I only do like an hour, 30 minutes tops. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be out of there. Mind you, the ticket is from, like, let's say, for example, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. type shit. So it's like I could be here all day, but once you leave the beach, you can't come back in. So it's always funny because it's like I paid for all day parking just to only use it for an hour. You know what I'm saying? So I remember one time the worker there, she was like, "Oh yeah, like that's funny. Like you really do that? Like it's so I'm not. I mean, I don't think this gonna get her in trouble. But she was like, nigga, you don't got a fucking handicap? So you know nobody with handicap? Because pretty much, I guess if you have handicap, you get it for free. So she was like, nigga, if you only gonna be here for an hour, my nigga, you might as well not pay. So I thought that was really dope. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to her. You feel me? But of course, I don't have no handicap because I'm very able. Thankful to Allah. Very grateful to that. And that is not a diss to anyone that is disabled, because you're not disabled. You're abled. You feel me? So I was like on some shit where I was like, yeah, you know, I paid for my parking, and it's always funny they make fun of me. And then he was like, oh, if you talking about paying for parking, you should go to this path in Long Beach. And for some reason, and I noticed I have this kind of like, I have this issue where somebody be telling me something, right, and I won't hear them, but I'm sometimes like, because they're just flowing, I don't be wanting to ask them to repeat it, you know what I'm saying? But I be hoping that, like, maybe I heard them enough so I can spell it right. This was not one of those situations, because he told me the place to go, and I didn't write it down, and I wrote it down, but what I wrote down clearly wasn't the right thing. And, you know, I couldn't actually find the right thing because when I tried to go look it up on Google to find the backpack he was talking about, because that's me. I am a very prepared individual and I'm very crucial about the shit that I do. So I'm not the type of nigga that's I'm not gonna drive to Long Beach and then try to find out the bike path. I need to know where I'm going, where I'm parking, and everything before I leave the house. Cause why? Cause then I'm very particular and I'm very prepared. So it's like I would hate to get all this shit set up and it kind of go to waste in a sense. You feel me? What is that? That's right there. Oh, my table. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that to myself. So I generally couldn't find the bike path. He said it was like 20 miles, so I was trying to type in Long Beach bike path that's 20 miles. I couldn't find it, and I found some, but like I said, I'm not really frequent to Long Beach, so I didn't want to go there and be, you know, in the wrong place at the wrong time. So I decided to go to Old Reliable, went to Dockweiler, you know, set up my thing, set up my stuff, and then or that's on Saturday. On Friday, I just did that run, like I said, went to work. Not nothing crazy, went in at work. It was funny because I was at home. I was talking about this in the last 2 pods. I was saying how, like, if you want to have a better life, you got to focus on the good. So sometimes I have lunch, sometimes I don't have lunch, sometimes I have breakfast, sometimes I don't have breakfast. So in this house, it's kind of funny because sometimes my mom will leave food as a leftover that she wants to eat. And sometimes she'll leave food as a leftover that she doesn't want to eat. So sometimes you gotta gauge it. So I'm walking through the kitchen and I see there's a Chick-fil-A sandwich in the kitchen, and I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna eat this Chick-fil-A sandwich because I'm like, shit. Like, clearly my mom left this, and I'm like, no, my mom, she's the type of person that would say, why you didn't eat the sandwich? Like, I left it there with you in mind. So I'm like, you know what? Let me eat it. But then something was telling me. Well, it was 50-50 because, you know, I'll be honest. Something was telling me to eat it. Something was telling me not to eat it. So I'm over there like, man, like I shouldn't eat this sandwich. I shouldn't eat this sandwich. I should just leave it alone. But then something was just like, fuck it. Like, you have a sandwich right here. You're hungry. You just came back from working out. You're about to go to work. Just put something in your system. I eat the sandwich, fool. Sandwich was busting. Go to work, not thinking anything of it. I get to work. My dad calls me and he's pressing me. He's like, hey, fool, you eat the chicken sandwich I was over here? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, see, I don't know what's up with you, man. Like, so because of that, you gonna go to In-N-Out, get me 2 double cheeseburgers, and bring it to me. And I was like, and I ain't gonna lie. That's what I'm saying. I'm working on my anger. I'm working on just, and it's not even on some shit where it's like I was finna trip with my dad. I was just so hurt because I was just like, nigga, like, my fault. I ain't know that was your sandwich. But now I gotta go buy you In-N-Out. Like, damn. And a part of me was really upset. I was really like, damn, I really do not want to go do that. Like, I was hoping I could just get off work and go straight home. But then I had to really, like I said, tap into my frontal lobe, and I got into my intelligent brain, and I was like, you know what? That is wrong with me. That wasn't my sandwich, and I didn't check in with my mom. I didn't check in, like, knowing my mom, right? Mom is so dope. I feel like she's the type of person that if I was to call her and ask her for it, even though she gave it to my dad, she's had to be like, yeah, you can take it. I'm going to tell your dad that I'll give it to you. So I'm like, had I just asked, I probably would have had a better outcome than the fact that I didn't ask and I just kind of just ate it. So pause, I had to just eat it too and just, you know, take responsibility for what I did. So after that, I get off work, you know what I'm saying? I peep where my dad's job is at because I'm like, he's at work himself. So I'm like, okay, cool. I had to go to the closest In-N-Out to the house because I was going to go to the one near my job. But then when I seen where he worked at, I was like, that would be kind of foul because the food would be like kind of like cold. So I was like, you know what, let me go to a more closer In-N-Out to him. You know, that's what I'm saying, Dad. I love you. You can tell I love you because I want you to get the best treatment. You know what I'm saying? I treat you how I want to be treated. I want to get my food nice, hot, and popping. So that's why it's so funny. I was like, you know, I'm gonna make sure to get his shit nice and fresh too. So I end up going to In-N-Out, get the 2 burgers. Then I tried to go drop him off, and it's so funny because that's why I'm like, I love that man. his attitude when he got it was way different from when he was like, bring it type shit. Because once I gave him the sandwiches, he was in a better mood. He was like, okay, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Said our goodbyes. I went home. And then after going home, and I got some Wingstop. Because I came home, because I was like, I wasn't playing that Friday. I came home and I cleaned my bathroom. So after I cleaned my restroom, thank you for joining the stream, Mia James 09. After I cleaned my restroom, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like a nigga, because I was like, you know what, I just got off work. First off, I ran 6 miles in the morning, right? Then I went to work, right? Then I went to go drop off my dad some freaking In-N-Out. Then I came home and I freaking cleaned my bathroom. That's a super productive day. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna get some In-N-Out. So I got myself a 10-piece from In-N-Out, or 8-piece, 4 Korean barbecue, and then 4 buffalo. Got that, and then, you know what I'm saying, tore that up. I ain't gonna lie, that was a really good day. So I really enjoyed my Friday. I enjoyed my Thursday night. Enjoyed my whole Friday. I enjoyed my Thursday too. Let me don't get it twisted. Then Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Normally, like you guys know, I'd usually either go to do Holo's Fit or I just do a normal run with the homie. But I didn't do no bike ride this week, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ride my bike this Saturday, and I was off. So I was like, I got more time. So I woke up, put my videos from my Twitch to my YouTube, because I usually do that on Sunday, but I was like, I'm off this Saturday, I might as well get ahead of it. So I put that on my YouTube, made the TikTok for today, because I was like, I'd rather make the TikTok before I go to the beach, so that way after I leave the beach, I could just chill for the rest of the day. So I made the TikTok, posted it, got my landscaping ready, landscaped on the way to the beach, stretched, did my ride, had an amazing bike ride. Let me show you guys the stats. So that day, it was a bike ride. Yeah, it was a bike ride. Oh, that's 2 years ago. I'm tripping. Yes. So on January 10th, I did 26.13 miles. Y'all probably can't see the stats, but let me see if I lower the brightness, would it make it easier to see? So yeah, I did 26 miles. So that's so cool. I really want you guys to be able to see it though. Let me see. So yeah, sorry y'all for the auditory listeners. So my fault, y'all. So yeah, I did 26.13 miles. That's hard. And it was an hour and 47 minutes, and my average speed was 16.6 miles per hour. So after I did that, did some more stretching, because you always gotta stretch before and after the ride. And then I went to Court Cafe. It was so funny because shout out to the Court Cafe. I did not know the points add up. So the more you go, the more points you get, and then you get rewards. So I went to go get the chicken and pancake meal, which is 3. I'm telling you guys what it is, so you can go get it. 3 chicken wings, and then I want to say 3 pancakes, fire, with some butter, or you could get specific pancakes. So, or special pancakes, I should say. So it's originally $26, but I had a deal with like I said, I had a freaking coupon piece pretty much. So I got $11 off. So I was going to go home and make some egg, because it only comes with the chicken. Yeah, my stomach is grumbling. Just thinking about it got my stomach grumbling. So it only comes with chicken and pancakes, and doesn't come with nothing else, in the sense of like doesn't come with no egg or nothing. So I was like, I was just gonna come home and make some eggs, and just do it myself, so I could save my money. But then once I seen that I could save money, once I seen I got a discount from the overall order, I decided to add the eggs to the order. And it was funny because everybody was staring at me. I mean, I'm not even trying to be on some like to my own horn type shit. But I just came back from a bike ride. I had my bike gear on, or my I had workout clothes on, and I was sweaty. My hair was uneven because I had my do-rag on, prior to it. And I had my workout glasses on. So I know the people in that area were probably like, what the fuck? Who is this nigga? But I ain't care, you know what I'm saying? You know me. So I went there just like minding my business, like I was saying how I do a day said chicken. Just vibing, you know what I'm saying? Peeping that people are staring at me, but unless you talk to me, I'm not gonna talk to y'all. Like, that's not me. I'm not gonna start no random conversation with you. Unless you're like a kid, or like a little kid, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, how old are you, little man? You know what I'm saying? Type shit, because the youth are our future. So then I got my Court Cafe, and then I came home, ate the food pretty much, and then I ain't gonna lie, I ate it and I took like a couple shots of some Don Julio. You know what I'm saying? Your boy was off. You know what I'm saying? When you off, when in Rome, you Rome. So then I pretty much was just chilling, enjoying my off day, just streaming, playing the game, doing my thing, and then pretty much all Saturday was just really just me on the game for real. I was off. It was a mixture of me resting, from the bike ride, and then streaming some Fortnite and some GTA. And then I also went to go try flaming pasta because I woke up, it was like 8 something, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go get me some flaming pasta because, I ain't gonna lie. And I guess that's what the theme of this episode is, because you guys probably not seeing it right now, but those that are seeing it on Spotify and that you will see it later, the theme of today's episode is, who are you when you aren't performing? Because for me, I've been struggling. I guess not really struggling, but we'll get into it as I get into it. But pretty much I was just like, just trying to seize the day, pretty much. Seize the day. So I got some flaming pasta, and then I got some Randy's donuts, and I went home. And then overall, you feel me? Yeah, I did have a really big bag day. I went to Court Cafe, I went to Flaming Pasta, and I went to Randy's. So that was a very big bag day. 11 out of 10. You feel me? So that was my Saturday. So then on Sunday, I ain't gonna lie, because of the food I ate, that shit put me straight to sleep. Oh, what did I get from Randy's? Thank you guys for asking. I'm so sorry. How could I forget? I got a half a dozen. Oh, what did I get from Flaming Pasta? My bad. I'm so sorry. You guys are right. Flaming Pasta is a pasta place that's on La Cienega. It's next to where this Chuck E. Cheese used to be at. But pretty much it's like a build your own pasta. So you go in there and they have some set pastas that they have. That's some popular ones. And they have your build your own pasta. And they have a small and large bowl. I got the large bowl. I got linguine. I got half marinara sauce, half white sauce. So that's pink sauce. Half and half of that. I got some chicken sausage, and I got shrimp, but didn't add the shrimp, and I got it spicy. I got it like the second to last level for spicy. So that was my order. Came out to around like 20 something, if I'm not mistaken. Then got that. It was good. Then I got some Randy's donuts. Went to Randy's donuts, got half a dozen. I got 3 regular glazed raised. I got one vanilla. Yes, one vanilla cake, sprinkle cake, never again. One maple raised and one Oreo raised. Fire. So everything, the vanilla sprinkle one was good too. It just, I probably should have warmed it up. I'm gonna be honest. I probably should have heated it up. But it wasn't my cup of tea, honestly. It wasn't the style of donut that I wanted it to be. It was like a cake, I guess, But it's good because I've had it before. I don't know. Maybe like I said, I think I just probably had to warm it up. So I got home. I'm fucking up the pasta. That pasta was good. It was so good, especially that first night. The only thing I probably wish, because it's not like necessarily like a seasoning thing. Because it was seasoned. I think I just wanted more flavor from the spice. Like I wanted it to be like, I don't know how to explain. Like, cause my spice levels, y'all, are really like Nigerian-esque. So usually when I explain it, it's hard to like understand if you don't eat Nigerian food. You know what I'm saying? Because Nigerian food is the type of food that will be really spicy, but it's really flavorful. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes the spice will overbear that. So I'm trying to figure out like how to say like that's what I feel like was really good. Like the flavor was there, but I feel like the spice was lacking. But I'm worried that if I add for more spice, I might have lost flavor because it might have just been too spicy. So it was really good though. It was really good. I'm just I'm always gonna have a pet peeve when it just comes to spices. So that's what I thought about flaming pasta. I give that a 4 out of 5. I might, like I said, maybe because they didn't give me my shrimp, that's why I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little hurt for that. But maybe I'll try the flaming hot level next time, and that might give me the 5 out of 5. So I definitely recommend flaming pasta. I'm always gonna recommend Randy's Donuts. Apparently, people don't really like Randy's Donuts like that. I'm saying apparently because people in my circle don't really talk about nobody really talks about the sweet shit that I talk about. I fuck with Diddy Reese cookies. Nobody that I be around fuck with Diddy Reese cookies. I fuck with Randy's. Nobody be around be talking about Randy's. So I'll just be like, I don't know what sweets y'all get, but I'm a basic guy, and I love only Oreo ice cream. So like, I only like cookies and cream, either cookies and cream or vanilla and caramel. That's the only flavors you're gonna see me with, type shit. So that's just the type of guy I am. So that's how my Saturday went, you know. So then on Sunday, because I was, had a big meal, what you eat at night really plays a part in how you wake up. You know what I'm saying? Because last night I didn't eat anything, but I got lit last night, so like I could tell like that definitely played a part in how I woke up this morning. But on that Sunday, I just woke up, put my clothes in the laundry. Oh, I must have not uploaded my videos on that Saturday because I put it here again. So I uploaded my videos to my YouTube. My mom made me some breakfast and dodo. Oh man. And I took my lunch to work, which was the leftovers from the flaming pasta. I didn't finish the flaming pasta, so I basically like just finished that at work. Yeah, exactly. So that morning I was just mostly focused on the laundry because I pretty much got off work, and like I said, once I was eating the pasta and I noticed that I didn't see any of my shrimp, I came home and I was determined. I said, I'm gonna make some shrimp myself. So I came home and I pretty much prepped some shrimp and I cooked it, made my own shrimp for my pasta, and then I uploaded my videos to my YouTube, and then did my laundry because I'm not the type of nigga that gets his laundry and then doesn't do it, like that, doesn't fold it. I always do my laundry every Sunday too, by the way. Like I always recommend that you should just do it at the end of the week or the start of the week. It's just it just keeps you fresh. You feel me? Like that's how my weeks go. My podcast weeks are from Thursday to Thursday, but my regular week is from Sunday to Saturday. So whatever clothes I wear up until that Saturday, I make sure to put it in the laundry by Sunday, so that when that Sunday comes up, I'm freshly washing everything that I already wore that week. So that way, it's a fresh batch. So then, like I said, just woke up. 'Cause I always have a sentence like this is what I'm reading. I always do like a little notes about my day and shit. Help me remember it. Pretty much, had a great morning. Drank the night before. Had my business. Did my laundry. Got ready for work. Made my TikTok at work, which, you know what I'm saying? For me, that's kind of like going a little far. Oh, and this week too, I've also, yes sir, I also been updating. I guess you could say, I just overall just been trying to just update the content period, because on TikTok now I'm trying to do more voiceovers. Like shout out to my auntie. I remember we was just talking about how like shout out to my auntie and shout out to my twin Donovan. I don't know. I remember we was just talking about my videos and it was just like, yeah, like he kind of was like, yeah, he's like, you should explain more like what you're doing. And she was just like, she just said, you're a good talker, so like I feel like people want to hear your voice. So I was like, you know what? I was teetering on it. I was like, you know what? Now I can still do the silent videos, but I was just like, fuck it, like let me just start talking, and like even if the conversation doesn't have anything to do with the video, still just put on the video. You know what I'm saying? Just to give it a little more life. So that Sunday was my first of what I do now, which is like, if it's a video, unless it's a video that doesn't require anything to talk about, like there's nothing I can explain in the video, I'm not going to explain the video. But if it's a video that I feel like I can kind of talk in there and I can explain what's going on, I'm going to now be doing more voiceovers. So this video in particular on that Sunday was a workout video, so I did a voiceover with that. So let me see.
What up? It's your boy. What up? It's your boy K Stacks the P. And welcome back to another video. So this is me getting ready for my work.
Yeah.
What up?
5 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, 2
What up?
I'm so confused. Hold on. I don't know why, what you call it? TikTok playing right now because I upload a video every day. So I'm trying to see right now.
What up? It's your boy.
It doesn't tell you the date. I wish it would tell you the date, but Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm very particular about everything I do. But yeah, this is my voiceover.
What up? It's your boy. What up? It's your boy K Stacks the P.
Make sure to follow me on TikTok at K Stacks the P.
This is me getting ready for my workout. Anytime I get ready for my workout, I always gotta get some water first because you gotta stay hydrated during your workout. If you don't stay hydrated, what are you doing? And then anytime I get water, I also like to get some.
So yeah, pretty much just freestyle and just talk on there, and I liked it because I feel like, I feel like that'll help me get more into my identity, help me build my voice on my page. So, fuck with your boy. So then after that, had a fast shift, ate my leftovers, and then me and my twin was talking on that Sunday in particular about just locking in for 2026 because it's so funny. It's like I could really be on here just telling people stories and shit, telling people's business, but that's not the type of podcast this is. But we just had a deep conversation about what he was going through and shit, and how it related to me and how it related to him, and we just talking about how like in 2026, bro, we're not playing no games. Hence why, you guys are here, you guys are seeing me record now because it's just trying more shit. So now we're on Monday. Damn, we caught up really fast. On Monday, it was leg day. I woke up on time-ish. I woke up at 6:30. Went to the gym from 7:10 to 8:46. Got off the gym, and then I ain't gonna lie, I was running late. Went to work, did my thing, made my TikTok at work, as usual. Monday is, for some reason, I ain't gonna lie, is low-key becoming a trend where I get carne asada fries on Monday. And let me see something. Let me make sure I didn't miss nothing, y'all. Because, yeah, that boy went to Dave's Hot Chicken. Did that run. Oh, and also with my movie review, I try to do some sign language, because in the movie Primate, monkeys usually converse with humans using sign language, which I always thought was so dope. Like, you could really talk to a monkey, like, even though they don't speak the same language. So imagine if we could teach other animals how to speak, sign language. And I also didn't talk about this, but also was watching Jujutsu Kaisen on Saturday as well. One reason I didn't really talk about it, or really I didn't, I guess, mention it, is because the new episodes aren't anything really new. If you've seen the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, where I also explained in my other podcast, I want to say 2 podcasts ago, I broke it down. So I already kind of explained what happened in these episodes. So if anything, I was more so disappointed. I'll be honest, I was disappointed because the way they hyped it up, they made it seem like, well, I'll be honest. If you don't watch the movie and you only watch the show, it's hyped up properly. But as somebody that engages in the movie and the TV show, they made it seem as if like the new episodes they're dropping was finna be a continuation from the movie. Whole time, no. The episodes the way that the movie finished was already the 2 new episodes. And I kid you not. I kid you not. Like, I watched those 2 episodes and it was literally the same thing that I seen in the movie theater. And it was like, okay. Like I said, I can't complain because I don't know. I guess I don't know what I was expecting. You feel me? But I just wanted a little more because I'm just like, bro, so when am I going to get the new episodes? You know what I'm saying? Like, when am I going to see what happens to Gojo? When am I going to see what happens in this freaking, these freaking Hunger Games? You feel me? But I digress. I'm really particular when it comes to these TV shows and shit. I don't play about them. But yeah. And also, like I said, I've been trying to just not post everything. You feel me? Just record shit from my own memory. So that's the plantain and eggs that I got from my mom. because she made me some breakfast on Sunday. Shout out to my mom. I love you and I appreciate you. So then Monday, wake up, head to the gym. It's leg day. Started off with 11 minutes on a treadmill. Did 1.37 miles on there. No cap in my rap. You feel me? After that, just did my leg workout, and then this was the burnout that I did. I did a crossover. I did a push-up with the crossover to the side with a 30-pound kettlebell. Did that for 2 minutes. I don't know if I always used to do it for 2 minutes, so I might have to hit up 10 minutes because I'm like, damn, was we always supposed to be doing that for 2 minutes? But it was cool, whatever. But literally, I'm so handsome. I'm sorry. I was just checking myself out. I'm sorry. Pause. But I'm really a good-looking guy. Like, wow. So then after that, your boy literally just went to work. Because I'm looking at my camera roll. It goes straight to the next day. So your boy goes straight to work. Like I said, I'm not going to lie. I know what it was. The carne asada fries. I can't stop getting them. But I can't expect to stay up and eat that at the same time. Because it's one or the other. Once I eat that, boy, it's KO. I'm done for the night. Guarantee that boy is out like a light. But I ain't gonna lie, I was not complaining because Tuesday, I was off. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't matter to me. So that's, like I said, I guess I could say where I started this week's episode's issue, or I guess you could say. So I was torn because, right, I have a Disneyland pass. And I have a Disneyland pass because of someone that I was with at the time. When she got one, I decided to get one. But even though we're no longer together, I still been using the pass. I still been paying it. Like, it's my pass. It's not like I'm using her pass or nothing. So I still be going, but I don't really have that many people that have Disneyland passes or that really are fond of Disneyland. So I usually end up going by myself. So I was torn on Tuesday because I was off and I start school next week, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, should I go to Disneyland? Like, should I go use my pass? But then I was torn because I was like, do I want to go? Or do I just want to just be able to say that I went? And I was just, I guess I had a little bit of what I feel like I came to the conclusion of yesterday was like, I had a little bit of imposter syndrome where it's like, I was feeling like I'm not who I say I am in a sense. Like, I don't know why I guilt myself into doing these things. Like, I feel like, oh, like it's weird for me to go to Disneyland by myself. It's weird to do all these things on solo and shit. But it's like, I got to pass. It is what it is. So I ain't gonna lie though. I overthought myself into not going, which wasn't an issue because that's really just, I guess, where I'm really at. Is just having all this ample time to myself. Because like I said, I'm single. I don't really hang out with a lot of people. I just really go to the gym and I can handle my business so early that it's like, I have a lot of time. Do I do shit like go to Disneyland when I have free time? Or do I just stay at home and just chill, Because I seen a video that was talking about how, for example, if I'm trying to be Caduce that owns his own house, because the version of me that I want to become is a successful business entrepreneur, has his house, has everything, has all the things he wants to have. The video pretty much said that you can start living or having the mindset of those frequencies as you are now. You just have to, in a sense, like, control your stimulus that you're dealing with and everything. So, one example that she pretty much said is, you might have a mom that's, you don't get along with. You might have a bill that's $200 something, and then you might have a boyfriend or an ex-boyfriend that you don't fuck with. For me, an ex-girlfriend that you don't fuck with. All of those things, in a sense, pretty much, are they gonna... Man. Don't know what I'm doing. He thinking the nigga just In a rush, I'm like, nah, I'm recording. He's like, you recording? It's like, bro, this is literally what that lady was talking about. It's like, it doesn't matter, but if you let it bother you, it can affect you way more than it needs to. So this pretty much, that's what she was saying. Bro, I know I like that video for a fact. I wish I saved it. I hope I saved it. But yeah. Dang, man. Don't tell me I didn't save it. Don't tell me. Dang. Pretty much though, right? I don't know if I seen it on Instagram. She was saying how you're at point A and you're trying to get to point B, but point B version of you doesn't worry about the shit that point A version of you worries about. So you should have been like, just think how point B would be thinking, and point B version of me wouldn't be worried about bills, wouldn't be worried about this, wouldn't be worried about that. So I guess what I was saying in the sense of like, I'm gonna say with the Disneyland and stuff, I'm like, does point B, does the future Caduce even be doing shit like this? Like, if I was to be off, right, would I be spending my time at somewhere like Disneyland if it wasn't productive towards my goals, just because I just had time? Or would I be doing something else, like just chilling and relaxing? So that's what I was just trying to figure out yesterday. I was like, dang, like, what do I do? Because I was really torn. I was like, I think being that I haven't really had this much solo time to myself, I have to really figure out once again, what are my interests? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was telling myself, I said, if I didn't post anything, would I still do any of these actions? Like, would I still go to Disneyland if I didn't post? Like, I didn't have an Instagram and shit like that. And I was like, yeah, but I probably wouldn't be as thirsty to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was I was really thinking about it, because the real inclination that I feel like is really like okay, like, I feel like is enough reason to go is because you have a pass. It's like, you're paying for it. Don't let your money go to waste. But at the same time, when I think of a day for Disney, I think of, I gotta drive there, all the walking I'm gonna do, all the line waiting I'm gonna be, all the money I'm gonna spend, like, all that stuff gets in my head. I'm just like, yeah, I could do that, but I don't need to do that right now then. Like, if anything, I should plan a day, because I recently took my little brothers to Universal, and while we did plan it, there was some unexpected expenses that I'm really glad that I've been in a position where I could afford it, because it just reminded me, like, yeah, these amusement parks, they run it up. I'm just so used to going to these things by myself that I'd be forgetting how much of a bigger aspect and a bigger picture there is to this. So with Disneyland, it don't matter if you go solo, no matter how it pass, you still won't spend a bag there. So that's why for me it's like, you know, like Universal Studios where I get all my amenities. Universal, I go there at 3 o'clock, I get free parking, I get to skip all the lines, and I get 15% discount on everything. Disneyland, you still got to pay for parking, you still got to pay for skip the line, and you only get 10%, you know? So it's like, I think that's just really what it is. I think it's just one outweighs the other. So one, I'm more inclined to go to more frequent than the other one. Like, for me, I feel like Disneyland is really a day that I got to plan. So I was like, dang. But then it made me think deeper, because I was like, okay, well, just play the game then, right? So then on that Tuesday, I just decided to stream all day. But as I was streaming all day, I was like, dang, okay. Now that I streamed all day, what else would I do? Like, if I, like I don't just go out, you know what I'm saying? I don't just be on some shit where it's like, I'm finna just walk around the town. Like, I don't do that. Like, even to the beach, I was like, why don't you just go to the beach? But everything, it ended up just boiling down to like this, right? I was like, okay, what would Future Caduce do? Future Caduce would have a mansion where all the shit that I like to do would be within arm's reach. You know what I'm saying? As far as like a beach, a nigga gonna be in Palos Verdes, right? So I'm already have a beachfront house, like in the Primate. I'm gonna have a cliff house anyway. So my place is gonna be scenic. So I'm not gonna really need to. That was gonna be a scenic view anyway. So I was like, I'm not really tripping off of like having to go to the beach. And then I like music, so I'm like, I'm gonna have a room where I could just listen to music, where I could just landscape and just do all my stuff. So I'm like, dang, future Caduce might be a homebody. So that might be why I'm attributing that to my current status. But part of me is like, because of the podcast and stuff, I like to have experiences to talk about. So I'm like, I can't just only be at home and I can just talk to guys about the game. So it's kind of like just figuring out, like I said, what I enjoy and like figure out what I like outside of people and outside of a group. And I was just thinking to myself, like, I wonder if anybody else has ever had that issue. Well, I'm sure people have had that issue, but I wonder what other people did. Because for me, like I said, I think what I'm doing or what's helping me is just, like I said, just doing shit and just seeing like, okay, well, is this really me? Is this really not me? Is this like what I would want to do? Is this what I'm really into? You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with pool. So I was actually one of the homies, like, he posted one day, he was like at a billiards place. I was like, where's that at? Like, I fuck with movies, so that's what I'm saying. That's easy. That I know I like movies, but there's only so many good movies that come out, and there's only so many movies that I could sit here and watch the same movie all the time. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I like new movies and shit. So that right there is cool. I like to work out, do that 5 times a week. I like to play the video game. You know what I'm saying? But like the game, I think that's what it was. Is like, it gets to that point where you will need a break from it. Like I realized that, especially 'cause I only play GTA and Fortnite. Like, even though I like playing them, I could get tired of those really fast. So that's why I was like, you know what? Yeah, just like I said, I gotta just find some more hobbies. I guess that's the real thing to say. And if I'm being honest, I'm trying to find hobbies that are not too expensive. You feel me? Hobbies that I could do solo. You feel me? Like, what are some good solo hobbies that a nigga could do? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this probably just gonna just be an extension of working out, an extension to the sightseeing. Like, I think really what it is, right? Because the overarching thing right now that's affecting my schedule anyway is school. So I feel like once I graduate, we'll definitely see more of an explorative Caduce. But right now, with school starting next week, Tuesday anyway, it kind of gives me an excuse to kind of just be in the house. But I just wanted to say, like I said, I'm very vulnerable on here on my podcast. I was definitely having that I guess you could say doubt in myself, like, is this really me? You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I? What do I really enjoy? Like, because like I said, if I'm being honest, today's my off day. It's like I'm 50-50. It's like I could go to Disneyland and have a blast, but I'm like, I could stay at home and play the game and also have a blast. So it's like, which one? But then, like I said, if I go to Disney, that's me spending money. You feel me? Like, that's what I'm like. That's what I'm like. For me, I think that makes it obvious choice. Then I should go when I'm more financially able. Then that's the more responsible choice. You feel me? So I guess that's what it is. Now that I'm more responsible, I'm not just in the moment anymore. You feel me? I'm thinking of the effect of it after. Because, like, in a sense, like, school's about to start. You never know what other random expenses I might have. Or you never know what random expenses you might have just in life, period. So in reality, I should be trying to save as much money anyway. And especially because I did just take the kids to Universal. You know what I'm saying? So I think, honestly, that's what it is. It's like, I want to have responsible fun that I don't regret later. You know what I'm saying? That I don't look back and I'm like, man, that shit was good in the moment, but that shit didn't help it didn't help my future goals, And I'm not saying every fun thing you do should even do like that, because like I said, that's not what life is all about all the time. But I think, like I said, it's just because I'm a solo nigga, so it's like, for me, it's like, reasonably speaking, if it was just up to me, like I said, I should just go home. I should just save my money. I should just get some food. You know what I'm saying? Just get on the game. So that's usually what I end up doing. And you know what I'm saying? A little bit of that and just be chill. So overall, I am going to, like I said, we're going to figure out what Caduce likes and what Caduce enjoys, and shit. And then you guys are going to follow me on this process because, I think it's going to be really nice. And then hopefully that can help you guys realize that if you were where I was, where it's like, you're doing something or you're on some type of shit where it's like, yeah, I like this, but is this really me? Like, or I just did it because I was with a group. Like, that type of shit I was on. I'm like, dang, a lot of shit I did, I kind of ain't gonna lie, was kind of influenced by women, you know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, on some real shit, you know what I'm saying? Because the girl's gonna be there, or I'm going with a homegirl, or I'm gonna be this, you know? I'm not gay, so I'll be, you know what I'm saying? I'll be with shorties. And when you are a woman oriented or woman surrounded guy, you know what I'm saying, some of the shit you do is to meet women and shit. So it's not like I have any shame in that per se, but now that I know, like, okay, I know how much of a distraction and how much when I get focused on a girl, how off course I get, I'm not even letting that be on the case anymore. Like I said, I'm still trying to shoot, I'm still trying to fuck with girls, I'm still trying to shoot my shot, but I'm realizing that dating is expensive, and like I said, I'm really trying to fuck with a real woman. So I'm like, hey, I'm chilling. So when a one comes my way, I'll fuck with her, but I'm not pursuing that. So that's I feel like it's why it's tweaking my mindset of certain things, because it's like I would do this to kind of like, you know what I'm saying, peacock, you know what I'm saying, like call a spade a spade, you know what I'm saying. I would do shit because it's like I want to show women I'm a bachelor, like, oh, look at the type of shit I do on a regular, like look at the type of shit I do solo, you should come and fuck with a nigga like me. But right now, since I know I'm focused on graduating, I don't need to go nowhere for real. So that's why I'm like, you know what? It's cool. But a part of me feels guilty because I'm like, I don't want to regret later being like, damn, when you did have the free time, you didn't do all that shit, like, and then be looking back like, damn, nigga, you were off that day. You should have went here. You should have did this and just said fuck it. But then I'm like, nigga, yeah. But because I'm telling you, I've had years where I did that, right? Where I'm like, I said, fuck it, life is too short, live it up. But then I'm like, I'm a responsible nigga, so I know I'm gonna live long. So it's like, how about, I think that's what it is now. I'm on some like, handle business now so I can have fun later type shit. And being that I'm handling business so efficiently now, like I said, even with time like this, is like, dang, it's like, oh, nigga, you know? It's like, I still can't get off the ball. Pause. You know what I'm saying? I still can't get off my focus. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. And I don't have an issue with it. I think it's really just reaffirming and really accepting this new version of me. You know what I'm saying? It's the growing pains, I guess. Shedding the old version of myself and come to terms with the fact that that's not the type of time I'm going to be on anymore. And accepting that and being okay with that. Learning to accept the new version and the new levels that I'm reaching. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'll be good. Because honestly, in reality, like I said, I do talk on a podcast. I do talk to you guys and shit like that. But I did have a homegirl. You know what I'm saying? I can't even shout out to her no more because she don't fuck with me no more. Y'all heard in the last podcast. Bestie said she don't want to be besties no more. So I know with her, I was able to bounce back and forth, you know, and I really did. Like, and I think that's where I'm really like even more stuck now because I'm like, damn, now it's really just Caduce talking to Caduce. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas before, she kind of was like that point of view or that third perspective, that third point of view, that basically she could see me outside of myself, so she could tell me like, oh, like what you like, what you into, shit like that. Pretty much shit like that. That is like, okay. Whereas I might think I know myself well enough, but someone is like around and be like, no, you might like this, you might fuck with that type shit. So I appreciate her for that because this conversation I would have been having with her, like, you know what, should I go here? And she would help me weigh out the pros and cons. But for me, now that I'm by myself, even though the pros outweigh the cons, if it just doesn't make sense for the time, I'm still gonna say no to it. So like I said, even though a Disney day wouldn't affect my schedule, I would even technically speaking, I only would have to pay for parking because I already have the ticket and food. Parking would be $26. I know, and I'm not saying that like I'm not saying like this like that's what I'm like. These is shit that add this up. I'm pretty much gonna spend $50 today already off rip. Because I spend $25 on parking, and then food might be like $10, and then snacks, like it's easy to run up 50. So for me, it's like, yeah, you can spend that 50 there, and you know, and not necessarily to bother you, not fuck you up. But I'm a convenience nigga, so I know I'm not gonna settle with that. I know I'm gonna want to pay for skip the line because I'm not gonna be there all day. I'm not gonna want to, you know what I'm saying? And if I am there all day, I'm not gonna be all day spending in line. So that's why it's like, I know for me, what type of nigga I am, it goes from 0 to 100 so fast that it just doesn't be making sense for me to do it. So that's why it's like, fuck it. I'm gonna just stay home, be responsible, save my money, and then when I'm a little more up, when I have a little more spending money, and the time is right, then I could do that. And I think that's where I'm at. And then, honestly, like I just been doing recently, just delaying gratification. I feel like the next time I do go to Disney, it's gonna hit way more because I've waited till I really missed it, and I waited till I really had a reason to go. So, in a way, like I could low-key, like I was thinking about what I was gonna do after I graduate. Like, should I travel? Should I do this? That might be part of my celebration. You know, a nice solo day to Disney where we, you know, what I'm saying, a nigga do it up and shit. So, because right now, the goals, you know, like I said, I'm gonna keep telling you guys my goals: pay off my car note, pay off my debt, and graduate. And all of this is happening simultaneously because I'm almost done with my car note. I'm saving up money for my credit cards, and I'm in my last semester of school for my bachelor's degree. So, you feel me? So we doing shit. So that's just, like I said, I just have to be honest because, you know, I feel like just in case anybody else is going through that, where it's just like you're growing into yourself and you're becoming this new version of yourself, don't be discouraged and then end up falling back to old habits. You know what I'm saying? Don't be discouraged and end up falling back to old routines. You know what I'm saying? Because that's me. Like I said, I'm trying my best to like stay on this path and be like, you know what? This is not what I do no more. I only go to Disneyland when it's reasonable. When it makes sense, cool. Don't just go just because you got time. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. You know? Because like I said, I'll be mad if I go now today and, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I have a good time, whatever. But it's like, now I'm stuck in traffic because I got to drive home and I'm tired and shit. And I want to work out tomorrow and then face my workout tomorrow. So it's like, the new lifestyle that I'm in, the new version of me, does that experience still mesh well with it? And it doesn't seem seamlessly? And it's kind of like, nah. It's like one of those, like I said, if I'm truly off, I truly have no responsibilities, then I should go to Disney. But today's a day where it's like, I record a podcast, you know what I'm saying? For example, there was a movie out. I went to go see a movie. Like, you know, there's no movie out today. So it's like, whatever. But I don't need to go spend that money just because, you feel me? So I can put that money towards this. And or I can use that time towards editing this video because, honestly speaking, I want to say I could have this uploaded by tomorrow too. Like, this is gonna be the first podcast where I recorded it visually, but I think I can have this uploaded and ready by tomorrow too. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if we're gonna do an intro or anything. Well, I mean, if anything, I'll probably just have the little title screen, the StayDownLA Podcast, episode 28, the title, and then have it at the end say thank you for watching, and then have a list of all my social media handles and shit. So, and then I'm gonna just cut out all the parts where, like, for example, when I have to move my dad's car, and shit, the audio, they're not gonna hear it because I can easily just pause it and play it, but visually that would be kind of awkward if you guys are just sitting there just seeing 5 minutes of me just not doing nothing. So yeah, that's what it's gonna be like and shit. So, you feel me? So that's good, you know. Like I said, as I'm talking through it, pause, we're working it out and shit. So on Tuesday, I ended up basically doing a no call, no show to Disneyland because I still end up requesting saving a day because I thought I was so confirmed that I'm going. But then, like I said, I started getting nervous because I was like, all the money, all the people, all that shit, all the driving. It was just like, nah, never mind. So ended up just staying at home on Tuesday and then, you know, just played the game and shit, and I was just chilling, just for real. And then on Wednesday, yesterday, I woke up at 6 o'clock. Yesterday was arm day in the gym as well, by the way. Monday, leg day. Tuesday, chest and back. And then yesterday was bicep and core. I don't even know if it was bicep, but I know it's core. I know I did some core workouts, like, cause like it's random. I kind of just go in there and just kind of just freestyle. You feel me? But yet, yes. Did my workout. Then I came home and I made because I recently had some hibachi food. And anytime I eat something good and I feel like I pay a lot of money, I always tell myself, nigga, can you go make this at home? Like, can you buy these ingredients and make this shit at home? Because if you can, just gonna do that, because you're not gonna be spending $30-$40 every time you want some Benny Hibachi. I'm sorry, it's just, and this shit is good. It's just man food for some steak, for some chicken and some shrimp and a little bit of fried rice. I'm paying dang near upwards $50, bro. Come on, fool. So I already learned how to make the garlic butter. I already know how to make it. So I just be lazy to buy the ingredients. So I gotta buy some steak. I gotta buy some chicken because I have some shrimp, so I can really do the whole shebang. But recently got that, so I've been craving it still. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just do my own version of it. So I ended up getting 3 turkey glizzies, cutting them up, seasoning it up, fried them up. I ended up getting some shrimp, cleaning them up. No, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really clean it up. Seasoning them up, cooking that, put that to the side. Got the egg started. I did my veggies, which was garlic, onion, and habanero. Started frying that up. Put that on top of the rice. Put the egg. Put the rice. I'm telling you guys this so that way you guys can make it yourself. It's not that difficult. It's really not that difficult. Make the garlic butter, which is just butter, garlic, and soy sauce. Mix that up. Had that on the side. Put the egg. Fried it up. Got that nice and scrambled. Then I put the rice on top. Put some soy sauce. Then I put the proteins on top. Mixed it up. And it came out to a nice and delicious chicken fried rice. Or shrimp fried rice. Ain't no cap in my rap. Let me lower the brightness. Ain't no cap in my rap. That shit look delicious, as you guys can see. You see the glizzies, you see the shrimp, you see the egg. It was white rice, but it got brown because of the soy sauce. And then it was even funny too. My mom even said it was fire, and I'm saying that to say that because my mom is a really good cook. So if she said my shit is fire, I know my shit is fire. You feel me? So then I had that. I originally was going to make egg, biscuit, glizzy, and then shrimp, glizzy, fried rice for lunch. But I didn't have enough time to also make a breakfast. So I just decided to make enough for two portions. 2 servings, I guess you can say. And I just took it to work. And it's so funny. Like, I'm really one of those, especially because, like I said, it's like, I'm not gonna spend a lot of money on Disneyland. I might as well spend money on my food, because I got to work and I just started craving peanut butter and jelly. I kid you not. I had lunch, but I was like, I think what it is, I try my best not to eat the same thing at different times of the day, so that way I don't get tired of it. I notice that if I eat rice for breakfast, I usually struggle to eat rice for lunch. So I try my best to eat something different for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I try. You know what I'm saying? We're only human. You know what I'm saying? We're all just ordinary people. So I ended up getting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to basically be my breakfast, and I was gonna eat the glizzy and shrimp fried rice for my lunch. So I ended up going to Target, getting some. Sorry about that, y'all. Getting some honey wheat bread, honey peanut butter, and then Smucker's jelly. And then I got 2 packs of. I'm gonna show you guys. Well, I gotta explain it for the people that's listening, for the viewers at home, but for the people that I can show now. I can show you guys. Yeah, that's so dope. I love this for me. So I got some Nature's Own honey wheat bread, fire, nice and soft. Might make me one this morning. I got some Skippy natural peanut butter spread with honey, creamy, no need to stir. This shit is so fire. So fire, bro. So fire. I recommend it. No need to stir. Skippy natural peanut butter spread with honey cream. This is a 2-pound, 8 ounces. Nigga, this is 40 ounces of peanut butter, nigga. Stop playing with that boy. Stop playing with that boy. And then I got some of the Smucker's squeezed grape jelly. I'm not gonna put this in the fridge because I noticed that when this gets cold, it makes it hard for it to squeeze. But keep it nice and room temperature, and it's perfect. I only eat grape jelly. I'll be honest. If it's Smucker's, I'll fuck with the strawberry. If it's Smucker's, I'll fuck with the strawberry. They also had a raspberry one, but I didn't really care for it. Cause look, so ingredients: grape juice. I'm not gonna read the ingredients because then it's gonna make me not supposed to eat this. Yeah, let's just not read the ingredients. Is it time for more? That's crazy. So they even have they have a little signal on the side to let you know how much you should know. You should refill it. So yes, it's perfect for PB&J sandwiches, which I agree. And then top your favorite snack. Ooh, add flavor to your food. Is that like oatmeal? I don't know anybody would put grape on oatmeal. I mean, let me not judge. We listen and we don't judge. But yes, that right there. And it's funny because shout out to Shannon Sharp. I was actually listening to his podcast, or not his podcast. I was watching a clip where or this other guy that I'm so sorry, sir, for not knowing your name. But it was the gentleman. Let me actually get this guy's name. But it was a gentleman that Shannon Sharp was doing a podcast with, or doing a video with. Guy Shannon Sharp was talking to older black man with dreads, with locks. Dang, I don't know. Fuck. Dang. Oh, I said Shannon Parlay. Shannon Sharp. There was like an interview where he's like, oh. Not Beyonce. Dang, what was this guy's name, bruh? I feel so bad because it was when he was like, oh, he was like, Shannon Sharp was like, what'd you do when you got the check? And he was like, oh, I put the check right there. I took off all my clothes. And then he was like, started running. It was really funny. But that gentleman, right? I want to get his name because I really respect him. Apparently, he's taking care of a sick wife, so I really want to give a big shout out to him. So I want to make sure I get his name right. Shannon Sharp talks about what they did with the first check. First check from NFL. What's his name? Dang. Yes. Michael Irvin. That's his name? I'm so sorry, sir. Got you, though. What was the first thing you did? Yep, Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin. You know what's so funny? I'm tripping. I'm tripping so bad. I don't know how I got these two interviews mixed up. But shout out to Michael Irvin. You know. This is the clip I was talking about.
They came from Brooklyn, Florida. From Fort Lauderdale, but Brookville, where everybody was broke.
But this is not the clip I was talking about. The actual clip I'm talking about, I'm so wrong. I'm actually talking about Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington and peanut butter jelly sandwich. And peanut butter and honey. Yes, here it is. And he talks about Delroy.
I learned two things from Delroy that I've never forgotten. The first thing was that a loaf of wheat bread, a jar of honey, and a jar of peanut butter was all you need to survive. We were students back then, y'all. We were students. And he explained to me, go over nutritional value and everything. And like he was like some health nut. Bastard. He was exactly the same. I mean, he looked like this 50 years ago. He looks just the same now. So get your peanut butter. The second thing I learned was our first.
But pretty much, right? I just thought it was so funny, right? Because prior to seeing this, I had just seen the Smuckers PB&J. They had the Smuckers Uncrustables. They had a peanut butter and honey one, and I remember I seen it before and I ate it before, and I remember it was so good. But when I recently ate it, I didn't realize how fire honey and peanut butter together was. I was like, what the fuck? It felt like I just discovered fire. So I was like, I need that ASAP. So I went and bought some peanut butter and honey. But long story short, putting peanut butter and honey, like, I don't know how they do it at the Uncrustable. I didn't come out that good for mine. So I kind of struggled pretty much. So the execution of it wasn't that well. So when I went to Target and I seen that they already have Skippy peanut butter with honey already in there, boy, I was so happy. Then take it one step further, put it with some jelly. Come on, bro, I was ecstatic. Then take it another step further, get you some Nature's Own honey wheat. Come on, fool. I'm off the planet. So I definitely agree. As a broke college student myself, if you want to save you some money and you want something that's going to fill you up, that's good, I recommend a peanut butter jelly sandwich. You can't go wrong. This peanut butter is going to last me. This jelly is going to last me. I'm going to finish that sandwich bread. I probably just only had to restock that sandwich bread. Like, this for sure going to last me. Like, even if I ate, because I eat a lot. So even if I ate like a week, this probably last me 2 weeks. 2 weeks, dead homies. I think I can make this last 2 weeks. I might have to refill this, but the peanut butter for sure will last me 2 weeks. Within those 2 weeks, you know, a nigga get paid, you know what I'm saying, be able to re-up and shit. So then that's why, like I said, I be trying to like put y'all on game, because I feel like this is really how the rich, the elite, they stay rich. They're not always eating out, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fun to eat out. It's fun to, you know what I'm saying, go to nice expensive restaurants and shit like that. But you gotta think, the restaurant, even though they're charging you $60 for it, they didn't buy it for $60. You know what I'm saying? They didn't buy the ingredients for $100 when they charge you that $100 steak. You could go to Target, you could go to Walmart, you could go to Trader Joe's, you could go to your neighborhood Ralph's. For real, you should really fuck with Ralph's, to be honest. To all the black people out there, y'all should be fucking with Ralph's, you know what I'm saying? Ralph's is really for the community. Go to Ralph's, go to the butcher, get you a nice cut of steak, get you nice, you know what I'm saying? Get you right. Get you some garlic powder, some onion powder, some paprika, some salt and pepper, a garlic, some butter, a pack of mashed potatoes, and then some plantains. You got yourself a dinner right there. And that's under $40, bro. And you might be able to get you a nice pack of like multiple steaks. So pretty much I'm trying to show you guys, like, the reason I could have all this, you know what I'm saying, jewelry, and why I could, you know what I'm saying, be flexing like this, and why I don't mind paying for convenience, is because I know that it's shit I desire. You know what I'm saying? I work hard for it. I earned it. You know what I mean? And like, I'm willing to, till I graduate, I'm willing to lock in and just, this is gonna be my go-to lunch at work, fool. I'm about to be saving all this money. That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna lie, probably not gonna really be going out much, unless it's, you know what I'm saying, to the movies, or things that I feel like would be good content-wise. Like, if it's content, duh. But once you go to Disneyland one time, you don't need to go to Disneyland 20 times. And I've been enough times where it's like I said, I could give Disneyland a break. So that's just where I'm at right now. But that's not to say that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, don't be like me 100%. Everything I say, you guys gotta take with a grain of salt at the end of the day. You feel me? But that's just where I'm at. You feel me? And I'm really proud of myself, because I feel like with that, I'm gonna be able to like progress way faster, because by the time I graduate now I can really start, you know what I'm saying, go crazy. But yeah, so went on to my first break, you know what I'm saying. I also got this. I also got some frosted cookies and cream Pop-Tart. They were having a deal, 2 for $6. As you guys can see, I love cookies and cream. I don't know. And I love frosted brown sugar. So clearly, this is not no sponsor, but people that work with these brands, please get at your boy. My name is K-Stacks, at K-Stacks at K-Stacks on Instagram, at StayDownLA on Instagram, at StayDownLA Fitness. If you guys want to email me, you can email me. My email will be in my bio, so that way we could definitely discuss possible partnerships, possible sponsorships, as I really fuck with y'all brands. Like I said, this is some shit that I'll have my kids eating, so no cap. That's why, even like I said, I'm not the most healthiest guy, but I try my best to like really be reasonable. That's why, like I said, you know, you could just be getting some bullshit shit, but you see, I'm trying my best to like, you know, really get some peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of protein and there's a lot of nutritional value with stuff like this rather than other stuff. And it's granted there is more healthy options, but I'm like, I still want the shit I eat to be good and for me to still enjoy it. What can I say? So then at work was going really fast. Ate the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I showed my peoples how to do it, so it's an easy step-by-step process. Step 1, lather the peanut butter onto the slices of bread. Step 2, put jelly on one slice, only on one side, because if you put on two sides, it's too much jelly. Once you put the jelly, because you squeeze just a little bit. You get the spoon or whatever utensil you're using to spread the peanut butter. You spread the jelly to like the corners a little bit. You then put the other side that's filled with peanut butter on top of it. I'm definitely gonna eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich this morning, because just explaining it sounds really good. I don't eat bananas. I would never put them, because I'm like, people be putting bacon on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's OD, fool. That's OD. And like, I seen a peanut butter and jelly burger. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's not fair, because it would really be the peanut butter and jelly really saving the burger. It would just be like a whole bunch of this. It would just be fat. You know? It would be good. I'd be hating if I said it wasn't. You know what? I've been seeing a lot of steak and French fries recently. I think that might be tonight's dinner. Yeah, go get me some steak, give me some French fries, give me some steak and fritas. I think that's what we're gonna do today, guys. Instead of going to Disneyland, I'm gonna reward myself by making some steak and fries. And that's why, like I said, I feel like if the goal is to reward myself, right? If the goal is to like celebrate myself, you don't have to spend the most money to celebrate yourself. You don't have to go crazy to celebrate yourself. Some steak and fries, that's a dub to me. But maybe, like I said, I'm a different type of guy, so I like shit like that. Food is a gift to me. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for anything. Yeah, I think I might do that, because I have the shrimp fried rice that I said I made. So I made 2 servings of it, and I didn't finish the second serving. So I'm like, I could save that serving and eat that at work tomorrow for lunch. When I finish this podcast, go buy some steak and make that for my today, and get 2 steaks. So that way I can eat one today, eat the fried rice tomorrow, and then eat some steak and fries again on Saturday. So that way it doesn't get stale, in the sense of like, I mix it up. I mean, I don't mind eating the same thing 2 days in a row. I'm like, I just want to put some mixture in. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go get some French fries. Yeah, honestly, I'm not sorry, y'all. I know probably making the French fries probably be safer and probably more healthier, but I don't got no time for that. Sorry. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Steak and French fries today. You feel me? But pretty much that's how my Wednesday went. And that right there is my daily recap, mixed in with a whole bunch of yap, mixed in with a whole bunch of that. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, because that's generally speaking the idea of how the podcast goes. You know, we just go into different topics and stuff. But now that we got that out the way, I want to go to some of the topics that I specifically saved to speak on the podcast. Let's see, how much do I have? I don't have that much stuff. I do not have that much stuff. So apparently the Marty Supreme movie got Hollywood in an uproar, because they've been snubbing Sinners because of Marty Supreme, right? And then there was a whole little petty thing about when Timothy Chalamet got the reward. He kind of like, I don't think he meant to, but he was like, I had to go rewatch Sinners and shit. I think he just shouldn't have mentioned it. Like, me personally, if I am giving an award, and it's like, I would just say there was other good acts, but it's as if he knew, like, everybody was expecting Michael B. Jordan to get this award, and I'm getting it, so I'm gonna specifically talk to Michael B. Jordan. It's like, nigga, you don't have to do that, my nigga. Fuck out of here. And it's just funny, because I remember when the movie was coming out, man, I'm so glad I'm so perceptive, because I was like, why is Timothy Chalamet everywhere? I'm talking about everywhere. And the whole time it was because, you know, the Marty Supreme movie's coming out and stuff. But I say all that to say that they did all that, and the movie kind of didn't do that good in the box office. It still kind of flopped. And because of that, it got niggas like doing shit like basically like trying to excuse it. But I didn't think I'd see niggas cooning for that movie.
Check ever for this.
So shout out to AJ Rock Jens. I'm sorry. Gerard Jenkins on Instagram.
9-minute propaganda right before the Golden Globes.
I know some of y'all don't want to hear the truth, but Michael B. Jordan is on the second tier of Hollywood superstars.
So Teray does a 9-minute video arguing that Timothy Chalamet is a higher tier actor above Michael B. Jordan. He basically only makes 2 points. One, Michael B. Jordan can only make action films that are rooted in IP or franchises.
Can you open an original picture? Will people go out to the theater just to see you?
He argues that Creed and Black Panther are IP.
And that's what sucks, right? This is what they when I be saying this is some systemic racism shit. This is what niggas be talking about, fool. They don't even gotta diss us because we gonna diss ourselves. You're telling me Timothy Chalamet matches all those descriptions, fool? Let's listen to him again.
Hollywood.
First of all, respectfully, Michael B. Jordan was on The Wire. He got more. Even if I don't want to sit here and say, oh, I know all of Michael B. Jordan's movies. I only know Timothy Chalamet really for Dune. And what else was it? Dune. There was another movie he was in that he was really good that I fucked with. Maybe it's both of the Dunes. I could be wrong. But pretty much, I'm saying that, I'm like, yeah, I think Timothy Chalamet is good, but I'm like, I think he's good in the sense of like, he has potential to get better. My nigga Michael B. Jordan been in this shit, doing this shit. So to say some shit like that, and to say Timothy Chalamet is like above Michael B. Jordan, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what's the propaganda? What is y'all trying to push? What are y'all trying to push?
Superstars.
So Teray does a 9-minute video arguing that Timothy Chalamet is a higher tier actor above Michael B. Jordan. He basically only makes 2 points. One, Michael B. Jordan can only make action films that are rooted in IP or franchises.
Can you open an original picture? Will people go out to the theater just to see you?
He argues that Creed and Black Panther are IP and franchises. But he completely ignores the fact that Wonka and Dune are even bigger franchises.
Chalamet is now considered to be on the top tier of Hollywood movie stars. He does not need IP or a franchise to get people to come into the theater.
Even Variety, which at this point is just a Timothy Chalamet propaganda machine, conceded that Wonka and A Complete Unknown benefited from having brand awareness.
And yeah, A Complete Unknown. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch Wonka either. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think. I'm gonna be respectful. I thought Wonka was a flop. I forgot that nigga was even in it. So that's why for them to act like as if this nigga just been just dropping bangers every year, and then they try to say something about he's the king of Christmas.
Really what we're talking about is Sinners versus Marty Supreme. Notably, Teray doesn't want to get into the financials and calls it apples and oranges.
This is not a purely numerical game.
Because he knows Marty Supreme is not doing well in the box office. This past weekend, Marty Supreme just came.
Now, how can you say, like, that's like saying I beat somebody in a race, right? And I came in first place and the person came in second place, and it's like, this is not a numerical thing, bro. Like, I'm still better. And it's like, nigga, you're literally in second place. If we gotta make it numerical. Like, what are you talking about?
Place behind Sydney Sweeney's Housemaid. And yes, that movie is based upon a book. However, he still lost to someone with 3 flops in 2025 alone. But let's get to Teray's second point. He argues that Marty Supreme is a Timothy Chalamet film, but Sinners is a Ryan Coogler film.
There's a lot of perception involved, and for a lot of Hollywood people, Sinners is considered a Ryan Coogler success. Sinners is perceived as a director-driven success.
That's equivalent to saying the Patriots won all those rings because of Bill Belichick. Belichick and Brady were a winning team in the same way that Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are a winning team. What do Fruitvale Station, Creed, Sinners, Black Panther all have in common? What's most concerning is that he completely ignores the fact that Michael B. Jordan has been successful, notwithstanding the fact that he's a black man in Hollywood. Black Panther was a very risky film to make with an all-black cast. Meanwhile, Dune has one of the most stacked casts in cinematic history. And again, it is a well-established and beloved franchise. If you're going to argue that Sinners is a Ryan Coogler film, then you have to argue that Marty Supreme is an A24 film.
Exactly.
Because in the same way, there are people who are just going to see...
Yeah, because I only seen it because it was A24. What are we talking about?
In the Ryan Coogler
I've seen it because it's Tyler Creator.
There's people who are going to see something just because it's A24.
I'm just telling you what I've been told. This is not my opinion.
What? Hold on. I don't respect that. You're telling somebody what you've been told is not your opinion, then why are you saying that, my nigga? That's my point. That's propaganda right there. That's propaganda. That's how to get you. But I'm already prepared to be blackballed because I know a lot of my... I'm late to the party, so a lot of my opinions is going to be definitely... I see how niggas are, and I know who the niggas just not fuck with and niggas who fuck with. So some people might come across me and be like, "Man, this nigga's kind of rude. This nigga's kind of like standoffish." But it's like, I already know not to try to make too many friends in this industry. So I really want to be able to have my opinion as I have my opinion. Sorry. Like I said, I'm going to spare the women, but I ain't going to spare you niggas. And I'm talking about white, black, Hispanic, Indian, everything. Sorry.
To distance himself by saying, "Oh, this is what I'm hearing in the streets," but he's parroting these words. He has the ability to push back, and he isn't. It is very problematic for a black man that I've been following for 30 plus years to tear down a black man when the exact same criticisms can be leveled against someone else. We've seen the industry throw everything it can to discredit Sinner's success and do everything in their power to promote a film that was already promoted on Blimps, the Empire State Building, and the Vegas Sphere. So yeah, we don't need any more Marty Supreme glazing or Sinner's takedowns.
So yeah. That's what's kind of been going on with the Marty Supreme situation right now. Kind of got you feel me? It kind of got the Golden Globes and everything in the uproar and shit right now because everybody's just trying to like figure out like what's going on. Like, is they getting snubbed for real, and is this like right to be snubbed? Because I feel like Ryan Coogler's film definitely deserves all the awards, but so it's a good thing. Thank you for the community notes. So it's only been one day since the world's biggest tech event is CES 2026, and these are the 10 reviews that are already blowing people's minds. So Samsung has unveiled a mysterious slim 3D Display 6. Razer revealed an all-in-one AI companion anime waifu hologram for your desk. This one, I ain't gonna lie, is kind of creepy.
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Morning, Joey. You were snoring again. Definitely wear your favorite green jacket. Look, now we're really vibing. Have a good day.
I don't know, bro. Like, I'm all for AI, but AI companion at your desk? Ooh, that's just so creepy. Like, I have Google and I have Alexa, but they're not too sentient, you know what I'm saying? I don't think we gotta, I don't know, bro. I'm really nervous, bro. I'm really nervous what we do in society, man.
Yeah.
Support. Whoa, clean shot. Nice one.
Ooh, maybe aim for the head next time?
Oh, so I guess it would be connected to your computer and see what your computer sees. But I don't have, like, I don't play Razer game. I don't play games through Razer. Yeah, I don't know. That's hard though. I mean, it's hard. The idea is hard. I think it's hard. I think it's kind of just creepy though. And then there's a Lego smart brick that can create sounds, light up, and detect what characters and builds it is being used in. Number 4, Asus unveils the world's first 240 Hz gaming glasses with a 171-inch screen in front of your eyes. So pretty much they have unveiled a kind of like meta AI glasses type of thing, but you can play video games with it. That, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like that's really dope. That is gonna be kind of creepy though, in the sense of just like, you're gonna see someone just sitting there just... Bro, we're getting to the point where niggas is not even gonna need TVs anymore. We just gonna be able to carry everything in our glasses. In reality, first is the TV, right? Then it's portable, right? Then they put it on your eyes. Then they're gonna put it inside your head. Be prepared, guys. The next step in human advancement is inserting chips where we are able to engage with content and watch videos through inserted neurochips, neurotechnology that they want to put in our head that you just want to have to go, yeah, I'm watching a football game right now. Yep, it looks like the Steelers just scored. Oh, score. Niggas is going to be at work. They're not going to be at work anymore. Niggas just going to be over there. Just watching porn. Like, because niggas is not going to use it to watch positive shit. You know niggas going to be creeps. What are we talking about? It's freaking... We're in the Western society. We're on freaks. Everybody's horny. That's what they're going to use it for. But, if I could get my hands on this, I would, man... Video gaming would just be so much dope. Imagine being able to play your game anywhere, bro. Then, I might fuck around and go to the beach. On me. Because then I could take the game with me to the beach. Hey, y'all. We're strict. Oh, yeah, okay. I can imagine that. That would be really dope. So, I'm with number 4. Number 4, the Aces. The 250 hertz gaming glasses. That's definitely going on the wish list. So, keep an eye out for that. Then they got the Skywheel that simulates skiing in any environment. I felt so bad when I seen this because I'm not good at skating. I'm not good at like roller skating. So the idea of having something like this just seems so unnecessary to me, and I was kind of jealous because I really feel like that seems so cool. But I'm so discombobulated when it comes to using my feet, like from one after the other. Something like that just seems really confusing. But I can imagine maybe, you know what I'm saying, trying to get through somewhere fast using some things like this. This is what it kind of looks like for those that are watching visually. For those that are listening to me at home, to the at-home viewers, it's called the Skywheel, and it simulates skiing in any environment, in case you guys want to see what it looks like. But then number 7, Boston Dynamics, they have unleashed or revealed their next-gen... Let me just read it how it says it. Boston Dynamics next-gen Atlas robot integrated with Google DeepMind's AI models. Sheesh. And it could carry up to 110 pounds. What? It has continuous joint rotation, safe operation with human detection, and the runtime is 4 hours. Self-swappable battery for continuous operation? Ah, nah, fool. That's what I'm saying. We can't have it to the point where, like, because I'm like, if it's going to be hand in hand with humans, I'm all for it. But if we have it to the point where the AI robot's about to die and it's talking about some, like, for example, no, sir, go turn off. And they get like, nigga, I changed my own battery. I got 4 more hours, dead homies. I'm not dealing with that, fool. Amazon, I don't know, man. That's the main. This is the reason why I'm going to school. I'll keep it up. I'm gonna tell y'all every episode. The reason I'm going to school is because I feel like they're trying to weed out the easy jobs. The jobs where nigga could just, you know what I'm saying, need a little bit of skill. They're trying to. I don't think they're gonna fully integrate it with robots. No, but I think they're trying to scare us into thinking that they are, to the point where, like I said, you know, niggas already not gonna want to apply themselves anyway. So it's like the lazy people, they're gonna weed them out. It's just given that they just want to export all these shits to other people, and I don't want them to export it to robots. Like, I'd rather export it to humans. But just in case they are, that's why I'd rather be a productive member of society that could, you know, use my hands, have a skill, so that way I don't have to depend on like a bare minimum job. And then Lenovo Legion Pro rollable laptop screen grows to widescreen with a button. So I guess now they're having extended screen laptops, which I don't see why anyone would want that in a sense. Like, if I wanted a laptop screen that was wide like that, wouldn't I just get a laptop screen that's already wide like that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, that one seems a little useless to me, to be honest. But 9, Withings Body Scan 2 at home longevity station, AI blood pressure insights plus 60 plus biomarkers. So I'm guessing this is like a yeah, I'm about to say it's like a what you call it? What is those things called? A scale that checks your weight and stuff, but I guess it also does other stuff too. Potential hypertension, yeah, that shit that's tough. That's tough. I guess it could see physically what you're going through and stuff like that. And then number 10, the Samsung's new Galaxy Z trifold. Like I said, I guess if you want to have a phone with multiple screens, this is it. It does look smooth though. It does, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, on some extra out shit, it looks cool. But I'm just trying to think of the practicality of when I would need 3 screens on one. Like, what? I guess, you know, if you like having an iPad, your Samsung can turn into an iPad into a tablet. You know. But those are the CES 2026 announcements, and they have been kind of incredible. We're not going to talk about this because this is kind of dumb. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna talk about this though because Keke Palmer broke my heart. Keke Palmer over here with, first she was with Blueface. I gave her a pass for that because, you know, dead homies. I need me to go to Retriever too. But now she's on stream with Playboy Max, and they're over here getting kicked out for streaming while security admits a white streamer did the same thing the day before. So they're in a store streaming, and a security guard comes up to him and is basically like, oh, like, you guys gotta go and stuff. But he mentions how, like, somebody comes and streams all the time and they never say anything to him. So pretty much was like, hey, y'all, they're being racist to you guys, and I don't fuck with that, but I have to do my job. So, like, you know, do what y'all gotta do. This nigga Playboy Max hears that it's Lacey, and I guess because him and Lacey are homies, he was like, and that's what I'm saying. You know, honestly speaking, I was so hard on Playboy Max when I first seen the clip because I was like, this nigga's fucking slow as fuck. But I realized maybe I was just having confirmation bias by just reading comments because people in the comments were saying he was slow. Maybe he just has like a streamer brain in the sense of like he just thinks of the world and society on a different level in the sense of, because when the guy was telling him, oh, your man's was in here streaming the other day, he took it as, I'm guessing he thought Lacey said he can't stream. But Keke Palmer, being the beautiful, black, intelligent, amazing, magnificent, sexy, you know, beautiful skin, gorgeous, passionate, talented, smart, did I say beautiful? Like, she was able to put 2 and 2 together that, oh, these niggas trying to kick us out because we black. But Black Black's over there like, oh yeah, type shit. Like, yeah, like, come on, Lacey, like, but that's what I'm saying. I think it's just, your brain just gets taken into the streaming shit and you just become a different person.
Yo, hold on, do you know what a pink Moscato is, bro? No. Sorry, yeah.
Same store.
So there's a guy. His name was Lacey. He's white. They never triple him. But I have no idea why. They're just like, oh yeah, you gotta go. Because whatever. Wait, so they kicked him out? Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But maybe, you know, when they say people that like, because, you know, sometimes, I'll put it like this. There's certain people that when something racist happens, right, they'll give it every excuse in the book, like, maybe this person didn't mean that. Maybe Playboy Max is a nigga that doesn't really deal with a lot of racism, so he doesn't understand how prevalent it is in, like, just overall going. But like I said, as a dark-skinned man, I do this shit on the regular. I don't want to dox myself, but literally when I be going to my store, let's put it like that, it'll be people coming into the store that I might be behind them, but because I'm behind them, I could tell they're nervous. They're nervous to the point where, like, they'll purposely try to speed into the store before I could get there, and then, like, try to close the door on me type shit, like, oh, like, let's get in before this nigga gets in with us. And it's like, for one, I work there, and two, nigga, not like that. I don't want to rob you, broke ass nigga. I don't want to rob you with y'all fucking, y'all don't got no style. Y'all don't got nothing I want. You know what I'm saying? So I always love when people do that to me, because what I do is I walk right into the store and go straight to the employee entrance area and make it be known, like, yeah, nigga, I noticed that you was trying to be a little somehow, and I hope you know I work here. So now when you need some help, I'm not helping your bitch ass. Yeah, I'm petty. Dead homies.
Like,
Yo,
I don't think they're dirty Mac.
hold on, do you know what a pink Moscato is, bro? Sorry, yeah.
Same store.
So there's a guy, his name is Lacey, he's white, they never trip on him, but I have no idea why, they're just like, oh yeah, you gotta go, because whatever, they gotta start.
Wait, so they kicked him out?
Yeah.
But they didn't kick me out?
No, they did, yeah.
Well, I know Lacey, that's my boy, like, he cool. We are asking me if he good in the store? He good.
They're telling y'all to leave.
Yeah, they saying we need
Oh,
that.
damn. Because he king.
He's just saying it ain't there.
I'm Lacey.
That's all.
Lacey gang, like, bro, come on, bro, just let niggas stream.
Yeah, that's it.
It's hard out here. Like, yeah, they saying we need that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, like, because he really didn't have no social cues. Like, that's, I'm trying to give him grace, but I'm like, yeah, like I said, he just might just have a streamer brain, so he just thought, oh, like, this guy is telling me that I can't stream because, oh, some other reason. But in reality, like, no, nigga, the employees or the managers were being racist, and he's telling y'all, hey, I'm not really fucking with that because they be letting other niggas in here stream and shit. So that's weird. So I want to give a rest in peace to Scott Adams, the creator of the comic street Dilbert, and he's died after a battle with cancer. So moment of silence for Scott Adams. Rest in peace to Scott Adams. Corey Holcomb almost got into a fight on his podcast. I don't know if I want to talk about it though, because I'm on the side of Holcomb in the sense of, like, you're not finna come on my podcast and tell me I'm sucking dick, but I don't know, the way they made it seem like he should have fought or whatever. But like I said, as someone that's really about it, I don't be knowing, man. I don't be knowing whether or not I feel like people should be fighting situations. Because for me, I feel like if I fight you, it might not just be a fight, bro. I'm sorry. But Grammy-nominated musician John Forte found dead at 50. Rest in peace. He was dead. John Forte, the Grammy-nominated musician known for his work with the Fugees and the refugee camp All Stars, among others, has died at 50. He was found dead in his home in Massachusetts. So hopefully there's more information that comes out about this that we can find out, because that just sounded a little sus, you know? And then skeleton washed ashore on Washington Beach, identified as a former Oregon mayor who disappeared 20 years ago. A skeleton that washed ashore on a beach in Washington State in 2006 was positively... Oh, this didn't happen recently. I don't know why they would make it seem like this is something new. But Damson Idris will replace Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther in MCU. After Damson Idris has been confirmed to replace Chadwick Boseman as the new Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel Studios has reportedly finalized plans for the character's future storyline. Following Boseman's passing, Marvel faced years of debate over whether the role should be recast. The studio ultimately decided to move forward, framing the decision as a continuation of the legacy rather than a replacement of the actor. Fans remain divided, but industry insiders say Marvel is positioning the next phase of Black Panther to honor Boseman's impact while expanding Wakanda's story for a new generation, which is the only way they could do it. He should not be there to replace... No. I don't care if they have to make up a random story where the real Black Panther dies and now he has a son or nephew. Yes, I'm all for it. I'm all for it because I feel like it's only right that we continue the legacy that Chadwick Boseman will want us to continue, which is that, you know, no matter what, hard work prevails over everything, and that, you know, you gotta give the people what they want. And Chadwick Boseman was definitely a star in that regard. He made sure that even what he was going through, he still came and, like, gave us what we wanted as an audience, you know. Not saying on some selfish shit, but, you know, he really fucked with us. And then also what's been trending right now too, shout out to Kai Cenat. Apparently Kai Cenat, I don't know if he stopped streaming, but let me see if I can find a video that explains the new Kai Cenat situation. Cenat explained. The Kai Cenat explained. That somebody could just, like, summarize it. Man, I don't know. Let me see.
You're looking up words in the dick.
I'm trying to see, y'all. Give me a second.
What's your favorite food? Yeah.
13. Let's see.
That is why I quit. I quit thinking in my head of the goals I want to achieve and not pursuing them because I'm primarily known for one thing and super scared to step out that box and try new things. I quit overthinking. I quit staying in my head.
I know I gotta keep it 100 on here, man. I gotta keep it 100 on here. I keep it 100 because I like that he's doing that in the sense of, I feel like in a society where they're not trying to promote education, I like that he's trying to show people that he's reading and that he's trying to show himself going into other categories and other genres and other, lanes. What I also agree with, though, on the other end, does seem a little performative because as somebody that, sees what he's doing, you always gotta think, like, if you didn't have this platform, you didn't have this position, would you be doing shit like this? And I think that's just what it is. So, we're gonna see. We're gonna have to wait and see what it becomes. And because, like I said, I was hating on Casting that for a little bit because I thought, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be watching like videos where it'd be talking about, people will be selling their show and selling their soul and shit like that. And I'm only saying it, like, I wasn't gonna say it because I feel like if I'm only straight hating, I don't like to talk about shit where I'm just straight hating on it. But I gotta give props because I feel like this is him going in the other direction, and I feel like the nigga that made that video, I hope he said something about this too, because I'm like, I want to hear your opinion. You said this nigga was on some devil shit, but I'm like, look, like the nigga, he looks like he's trying to find his light again, and I respect that because I feel like in this day and age where, we have our platforms, we gotta be careful what we're showing. So, like I said, I just feel like when it comes off when there's an obvious agenda that they're having people show or push, I don't feel like people should be participating in it, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it's like, we know that even when we participate in it and we get to the position where we're, at the heights, they're not going to acknowledge us in the same way or in the same regard that they acknowledge our white counterparts. So that's why I feel like we should never sell our soul. Figuratively, physically, realistically, however you want to take it. Just never sell your soul because it's not worth it. You're going to sell your soul and they're not going to fuck with you still. So it's like, come on, fool. You might as well keep your soul. They're homies. You know what I mean? So that was episode 28 of the StayDownLA Podcast. Somehow, some way, I don't know how I did it. I managed to get 3 hours on here and 3 hours on 10 minutes on here. So that really makes my day. I'm very happy about that. So it's your boy K Saxon P. Thank you and shout out to everybody for listening to the StayDownLA Podcast. This has been episode 28. Thank you for all the people that's watching, and like I said, I will try my best to upload this to a platform where I feel like, people could clip it, people could do whatever they want to do, listen to it, how they want to listen to, but to where, like, ultimately people realize whose platform and stuff this is. So this is Caduce, Adu, K-Sax to P, StayDownLA. It's all my shit. I'm solo. I don't have no group. I don't have nobody. This is all me. This is all the niggas I'm with. You know what I'm saying? This is who I came with. This is who I'm leaving with. Dead homies. It's your boy K-Sax to P. And I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace!